What the heck? Hadley, Fester's kid, is in, but there's no sign of Fester. Grab your dad's. Oh, here he comes. What? Your kid precedes you into the studio? Is that the plan here, Fester?
Yeah.
I might be a bit more mature than him.
That's a Hadley factual fact right off the bat.
That's right. Get headphones.
The kids are in today. Yeah, look at this. So
It's a full house.
yeah, we brought Julian wanted to come in today. Hey, Julian.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, so Julian's here. Hadley's here. Michelle's here in her special T-shirt today, and we'll have a whole presentation on Michelle's special T-shirt. Hey, Andrew, can you see Michelle's special T-shirt?
No.
I mean,
Just a little bit of the top of the lettering?
we can adjust that camera a little bit to.
Well, Michelle will probably have to stand up to fully show the T-shirt that she's wearing on this very, very special day. Oh, man, that poor girl that had her hand bitten off and reattached to Tampa General. I wonder if she's going to be watching NBC tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I hope her parents are aware.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, everybody. It is the MJ Morning Show on Q105. This is 104.7 FM. It is a Friday. The end of the week is here. And we got a total crapfest dumpster fire of a show planned for you today.
Yeah, that's how we like it.
I'm very, very excited.
Yes.
Hey, you know what I saw last night? I thought this was probably very fitting to start the show with today. Why 1 in 3 Americans admit they wake up already exhausted. So as folks are waking up, did we ever do any research on the top 3 times that alarm clocks go off?
Yes.
We did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems familiar. Something we've done before.
We did it recently, right?
Yes.
Do you remember what they were, the top times that alarm clocks go off?
I can research it for you before the next break.
No,
It was
maybe.
like
hold on.
7 a.m.
Hold
or
on.
6:50.
Michelle, you can Google something. It'll return it in
No, you're-
0.001 seconds.
No, your question was, did we do it and what time was it? And I can't tell you
no,
from
no,
a
no,
Google
no.
search if we did it.
When I said what time,
but I know we did it.
when I said did we do it and what time was it, you're taking that too literally. Did we do it and what time do alarm clocks go off most often? Not what time and what date did
6:17.
That sounds about right.
I think it's 6 a.m. Wasn't that number 1, 6 a.m. or 6:30?
It sounds right.
Anyway, this is very fitting. So I found this item last night. 1/3 of Americans are not waking up well rested with daily exhaustion starting as soon as they get out of bed.
I believe that. I'm exhausted right now.
Exhausted?
Yeah, exhausted.
All right, getting out of bed?
If you said, all right, it's a wrap, we're done for today, I'll go right back to bed.
Oh, that's what I said to him the other day when he woke me up. And I said, dude, I'm so over this. I'm already thinking about getting back in bed when we get home.
Yeah.
All right, Michelle, what did I say to you last night? What was the last thing I said to you?
Oh, I
Come
don't
on,
know.
the last. Come on, how can you forget? It was only
The last thing you said to her last night was, and that's how it's done. Out.
Fester!
Well, I didn't say how what's done.
All right.
But kids are here. We're doing a different
Michelle,
show.
Michelle, what was the last thing I said to you last night? You don't remember?
I don't remember.
I'll tell you exactly what I said to you. I said, wow, 5.5 hours sleep. That's a good one. That's good. So I just before I laid my head down, I grabbed my cell phone off my nightstand just to make sure that my series of wake up alarms were set. And the earliest alarm, it tells you how many hours and minutes before the alarm goes off. At least on my Android, it does. And by the way, I did download Android 16 a week ago.
Oh, thank God.
Yep. Android 16 is in the house on my phone.
We were all really concerned.
I'm up to date. All right. So I set my first alarm and it came back as 5 minutes or 5 hours and 30 minutes. I'm like, ooh, that's a good one. So I did not wake up already exhausted. I woke up this morning actually pretty refreshed. I feel really good. On a school night for me, and I call work nights school nights. So when I've got to get up and then do the morning show the next morning, It's a school night. Like tonight is not a school night because tomorrow's Saturday and I get to do whatever the hell I want. I don't have to show up and do the program. But on a school night, 5.5 hours sleep for me, that is fantastic. I'll take that any day of the week. So being interrupted or talked over is the biggest social energy drain? What? What does that have to do with? I'm reading the bullet points of this this study finds. What the hell does that have to do with 1 in 3 Americans admit they wake up already exhausted?
I mean, I don't know that I need much more research than just that statement. I think that, you know what? I think the number might be low. I bet
that a third of Americans are already exhausted when they wake up?
I bet you it's closer to half.
Yeah, I would think so.
All right. I thought that number was pretty high.
Did you do research?
But I don't understand what this research is all over the road. So the bullet points are a third of Americans aren't waking up well rested. They're exhausted the minute they get out of bed. Then number 2, being interrupted or talked over is the biggest social energy drain. And then Americans drink only 5.3 cups of water a day. This is a schizophrenic freaking, get this thing on lithium. This study is all over the freaking, what? I don't understand I mean,
if we took a little Adderall and just sprinkled it on this story, it wouldn't be a terrible thing. Just focus a little bit.
But listen to what the premise was for this research. The new research, Talker Research Survey, with 2,000 Americans surveyed, reveals what's stealing our energy throughout the day. And the results show that it's not just our jobs leaving us depleted.
Okay, so now I understand. Okay, so they're giving factors that make you tired, which explains why you wake up tired.
Wait a sec. You're tired because somebody interrupts you when you're talking? That makes you, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I got to take a nap right now. Where's the office nap room?
I think if it's a constant drain, like you constantly cut people off. So I think I have systemic.
Are you saying that I constantly cut people off?
Occasionally. Maybe a little bit more than occasionally. I believe that I have a systemic exhaustion where I'm always tired. I do things.
Well, that's because you're carrying around 217 extra pounds.
If that were the case, I should be a bodybuilder. I mean, I should have like the body of Lou Ferrigno. I mean, I should be like, Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. Yeah, I should be like that. I carry 270 pounds everywhere I go. I should be lifting cars like Superman when he was a baby and the comet hit up Kansas. I mean, that's what I should be if I carried that. But
and then if you don't drink water, you're exhausted or you're
you're dehydrated. It contributes to your lack of health. So then if you're not healthy, you're tired.
You're sapped. If you don't drink hold on. Americans drink only 5.3 cups of water a day daily on average, well below the recommended 8 to 9 cups. No, that whole 8 to 9 cup crap, that was tossed out years ago because we'd always heard that you got to drink 8 cups of water a day. And then there was research that came out 20 years ago that said, no, that's BS. That's a load of crap. You just drink when you're thirsty.
Yeah, I don't know that.
That was the science.
Yeah, I mean, tell that to a person in the desert. I mean, I think hydration.
Yeah, you drink when you're thirsty. If you're in the desert, you drink when you're thirsty.
I'm not thirsty right now, but you know what? I mean, my cells could be dehydrated at the same time.
Anyway, I love these dumb surveys. And what hooked me in was that, people are waking up right now.
Already tired.
According to this survey, 33% are already exhausted.
That's right. I'm getting tired just talking about it.
You just slept. The alarm clock goes off. Time to get up. I'm already exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to talk about this first? Now I'm tired.
I know.
How many people are exhausted right now getting up and they're going to call in sick because they're just tired? They're going to come up with something. Oh, I got a stomach flu. I've got, the runs or something, and it's only because they're tired. Wonder how many people can do that today. All right, just getting rolling, man. It's going to be a jammed-up Friday show. I wouldn't. What are you laughing at?
I mean, I never called in with the runs just because I was a little tired. Hey, boss, I'm not going to make it in today. I got the squirts.
I got the squirt worms.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to bed.
All right, 6:10 MJ Morning Show Traffic's on with Schreiner. We're back in minutes.
There are no issues to...
You two are like in fourth grade, just yakking in the back of the classroom where the teacher has to come in and say, okay, Fester and Michelle, all right, you can pick up this conversation after class. You guys are just, what are you guys talking about? Just yang, gang, 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 gang. And you try to keep it really low so I can't hear what you're talking. Like,
We're being respectful.
Yeah, first of all, it's not that we're keeping it low to not let you hear what we're talking about. I mean, you're welcome to join us in this conversation. We just did a, I don't know, maybe 4.5 minute deep dive into just the entire recap of different players in the Karen Reed trial.
Oh, my God.
Still, incredible news, big news out of the Boston area.
Let me tell you right now,
2 days ago.
I'm very disappointed. Speaking of Karen Reed and the whole Karen Reed trial, Michelle was sucked into a freaking 2-hour Dateline NBC special last night.
That's how it got started.
Were you talking about that? Were you watching that as well?
Well, she's like, did you watch the Dateline special last night? And I'm like,
God.
no. But I watched the entire, I don't know if it was on Max or Netflix, but I watched the whole 4-part series recapping the first trial, so I'm very up to speed.
Yeah, so Michelle sucked me into that. So I watched the recap. That was on HBO Max. The Karen Reed, the 5-part?
I think so.
Yeah, that was HBO Max. So Michelle sucked me into that like 3 weeks ago. And then now the trial obviously just concluded, and Karen Reed was found not guilty of all of the serious charges. She ended up just with essentially a DUI. It's a
most expensive DUI prosecution probably in the history of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
So Michelle gets sucked into 2 hours, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
No.
I wanted to watch another couple of episodes of Severance season 1. We're finally getting around to Severance, and she's like, nope. I can't watch any Severance episodes tonight because the Dateline NBC special's on. Can I tell you the biggest freaking disappointment of Dateline last night for me?
What?
The biggest freaking disappointment for Dateline NBC was the fact that they don't use the music anymore. They don't use it anymore. That sucks. How can you not use... How can you not use this Dateline? I'm Lester Holt. A verdict is in. The Karen Reed story out of Massachusetts with a bunch of massholes. Like, how could they not start Dateline? It's been so long since I've seen
Yeah.
Dateline.
Yeah, I was about to say, now that you mention it, I don't know when they dropped it.
When did they stop using Tonight on Dateline? Come on. There's no theme music anymore. It's just like innocuous, generic synthesizer. Boom. Tonight on Dateline. I mean, come on. How do you not close the show with? And that's it for Dateline. Karen Reed is a free woman, just with $5 million in medical bills.
Legal bills.
I'm sorry, legal bills. Sorry.
Are you saying?
You know what? I mean, she has enough rabid fans out there.
Oh, the GoFundMe is over $1 million now.
I was going to ask. Yeah.
It's not on GoFundMe. It's on this other platform that
Right.
I've never heard of. So I wonder if they take less. You know how the GoFundMe takes like a percentage. I don't know if this outfit takes less or what the arrangement is. But she's raised on that platform $1.2 million.
Right.
She sold her house for $800,000.
But the legal, I was going to say medical bills again. The legal bills, because when you think of bills, you think of medical. So the legal bills allegedly are up to $5 million.
That was for the first trial.
Oh, holy. So what? How much?
Wait, you did learn one thing last night by watching the Dateline with me that you were very impressed with.
I learned that they don't use the damn music anymore.
Okay.
I'm Stone Phillips. Where the hell is Stone Phillips?
Yeah.
That's what's important to me. Where the hell is Stone Phillips?
I looked him up the last time we talked about it. I think he's just retired.
What is Stone Phillips doing today?
Just hanging out at home.
What's on Stone Phillips's Where does Stone Phillips live? I want to call Stone Phillips. Does anyone know Stone Phillips' cell phone number?
Stone Phillips is 70 years old.
Well, it's not that old.
Well, it's not that young either.
No. He's not 70.
No, he's 70.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hold on, here we go. Stone Phillips lives in New York with his wife, Deborah Del Toro Phillips, who is a Puerto Rican.
What is that, man?
And moved, well, I'm just reading Wikipedia.
Why does Wikipedia have that entry?
Who's a Puerto Rican and moved to New York City as a child. After a successful career in the fashion industry, she returned to college and earned a master's degree in social work.
Okay.
Well, good for her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I have an old lady with a master's degree in social work, I'm quitting this 9 to 5.
Right?
I love the fact that Stone Phillips is married to the freaking Puerto Rican.
Anyway, back to the Karen Reed trial.
What a weird fact.
You learned another fact last night that you were so impressed with, but was also of some concern to those in the legal industry.
What at?
That her lead defense attorney, in an effort to raise money to pay for her legal defense,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They are selling dinner opportunities with them, but also dinner opportunities where he cooks for the people.
There's video of him cooking.
Yeah.
So the lead attorney who kicks ass.
This last guy?
What's
Jackson.
What's his name?
Alan Jackson.
Isn't that a country music?
It's a country and western singer.
Alan Jackson's a country music star.
He sings Chattahoochee.
Right. So Karen Reed's lead attorney, and he's from California, right?
Yeah.
Right. So this Stonewall Jackson, what's his name?
Chattahoochee?
What's Alan
Alan.
Jackson? All right. So this Alan Jackson guy, he's helping fundraise to pay his legal bills. And there's video of him in some fans' kitchen cooking. So he shows up and apparently...
I don't know whose house he's in, but
there's video of him in a kitchen with an apron on, and he is cooking dinner like a celebrity chef shows up in your house and cooks dinner for you and your friends. And it costs $15,000. Whatever. I don't know what the number. Did they reveal how much it costs to get Alan Jackson?
No, but I know that after her verdict, they had already planned a dinner for, I think, maybe later this week or next week.
Right.
It was $100 a person to go to some dinner that was being held somewhere so that she could raise more money. And people were like, well, her trial will be over. Why does she need the money? And it's because she has a lot of outstanding debt now. And she's going to have a case going forward because the family's filed a civil suit against her.
So when Alan Jackson, Karen Reed's lead attorney, when he shows up to cook dinner for a fundraiser, is Karen Reed there as well?
Yes. It's totally personally interacting with them. because people are just rabid fans. I mean, they're supporting her. It's like anything else, I guess.
I don't know exactly what this video is, but it looks like he's thanking supporters, and eventually it talks about a dinner with him.
Yeah, Fester
2-minute
found
clip.
the video, Dinner with Alan Jackson, and it's a YouTube video. All right, hang on.
Hi, it's AJ. I wanted to take a quick second to thank all of the supporters who have given us so much energy and boosted our morale for so long in defense of Karen Reed.
I just learned something else. He goes by AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Jackson is AJ.
Both Karen and I and the rest of the defense team could not do what we do on a daily basis if it weren't for you folks. And we want to take an opportunity to thank you in person.
Yeah, we need to raise money because she's got to pay me a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of bills that are racked up here. I'm not cheap.
Well, he's not going to be cheap anymore.
Oh, yeah. His
Whatever his rate is just doubled or
yeah,
tripled.
like I said yesterday, I said this guy's hourly rate
Yeah.
just went through the roof, man, because he was good.
Yeah.
But
he has a
made
good
the
team.
prosecution look like amateur
Well,
hour.
two things. I sent this to you yesterday.
Right.
They had a tremendous amount of support. And they had students from Harvard and Boston College who were actually helping them behind the scenes.
Like interns?
Yeah, like interns. So working for free, just, like gathering all of the information, organizing it. And that's like a whole army of, it was like, I think 8 or 12 people that were just helping them, organize administrative stuff and researching whatever was coming out. And as you were talking about the difference in the two presentations, you know what they say about you never bring a knife to a gunfight? I really felt like the prosecution had a knife and the defense had a gun, and that's just the way it went.
But I'll tell you what, this AJ, Karen Reed's attorney, he brought a knife to the dinner party because he needed that to cut up the chicken cutlets.
He did.
MJ, how much does he charge for dinner?
I don't know. Is it on here?
I didn't see exactly how much the dinner party costs where he shows up and he's wearing an apron. He's cooking. Let's listen to some more. Here. Let me play a little bit more of this. Hang on a minute.
You got it?
To have a unique opportunity to have a dinner with you, to have a conversation with you, to let you into to sort of behind the scenes
How much?
of what it takes to build a defense like this,
How
what
much?
it takes to continue along the track that we're continuing,
How much?
to have that no quit attitude at all times.
All right, how much? I'd think about a dinner party with you and Karen Reed.
All right.
All right. As long as she drives that Lexus SUV with the busted taillight to dinner.
It's not drivable anymore.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's completely destroyed.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And you know what they do? The Commonwealth will just give it back to her. And that's it. She's out of car. Like literally, it was a busted taillight.
That's going to be a fun lease turn in.
Yeah, they've turned everything.
It's gonna be,
Bring it back at night.
yeah. Is there going to be any excess wear and tear when I turn this lease into Lexus? All right.
And I'll tell you a secret, it comes from you guys. So I'm looking very forward to meeting some of you in person, to sharing a nice, intimate dinner with
How
you,
much?
to answering your questions.
How much?
And really having a dialogue.
AJ,
But
how
the
much?
main thing is to thank you for what you've done, what you continue to do. We couldn't
I would love to have dinner with this guy. This guy's fascinating. This guy was so put together.
Oh.
Karen Reed's lead defense guy is unfreaking believable. They ought to study this. You ought to have a course in how this guy handled that trial because, man, this guy was top notch. So how much? I would like to have dinner with you and Karen Reed. How much?
warrant for you. So on behalf of the entire Karen Reed defense team, thank you so much. And
How
I look
much?
forward to meeting you in person.
How much?
I don't know. And then it shows him at dinner.
Then there's
The
video.
family.
There's video with him at dinner.
That's Karen's dad sitting down.
Oh, looks like he made. Looks like beef Wellington.
All right.
Oh no, that's Kraft macaroni and cheese.
As
Sorry.
Karen's team gears up for the retrial,
How
Karen
much?
and Alan would love to take a moment to personally thank and break bread with
How
a few
much?
supporters.
How much?
without whom this defense
Okay.
train could not keep
This
running.
is really getting along.
How
The financial
much?
and emotional generosity of so many strangers is testament to the goodness in our county
All right.
and in our country amid such awesome corruption.
All right.
We're almost there, but Karen really needs our help,
Okay.
so please consider participating if you can.
Okay.
Click the link.
All right, I'm sold. I'll have Alan Jackson, Karen Reed's attorney, and Karen over for dinner. How much?
Below for the chance to secure your seat
Oh, you have
at
to
the
click
table.
the link.
Please act now because the giveaway is closing very, very soon.
It's
Oh.
no giveaway. You got to pay
100%
for
of
it.
your donation will go to
It's not a giveaway.
The
I
opportunity.
got to shell out thousands to have dinner.
I got to find the link now.
Yeah, where the hell's the link? And then how old is that YouTube video? That was first trial? That
No,
was last year.
No, he wasn't the trial guy last year.
Yes, he was.
Yes,
Was
he,
he?
Yeah.
Dude, what are you on drugs?
I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
he was.
I might be on some kind of drugs. It's okay.
He was the trial guy. We just talking out of your ass over there.
I thought she had
It
a new
says-
lawyer this year.
AI says the cost of dinner would be a personal expense and is not publicly known.
What is it, like a surprise? You call up and they let you know?
I mean, they probably don't publish. What if it was $20,000? That's like an amount of money that is pretty exclusive,
Mhm.
and then it's enough of money for some people to say, "What dirtbags? You're looking for $20,000 for dinner?"
All right, I'm in. Here's what I do. I hold a GoFundMe, and I have our listeners fund Alan Jackson coming to my house with Karen Reed. That's what I do. So I got nothing out of pocket.
Dude,
We do a GoFundMe with listeners.
this is an opportunity for the morning show. How much would a loyal MJ Morning Show listener pay?
To have dinner with me,
You and I come over.
and I cook.
You cook cacio with pepe or whatever. You cook your conch soup. Or you cook.
Oh,
It's
it's not-
I don't
it's-
know. We have
it's-
like 5 things that you cook.
It's conch stew.
Whatever. You have like a menu of 5 things. They pick a couple of courses, right? Like a prefix menu. You go to their house, cook it. I tell jokes. You and I do funny stories, huh?
Why
We
do
a
I need
live
you?
mo-
Why do I have to share the money with you? Why do I need you?
Oh, you don't know how this show is funny. Listen, everybody loves listening to you talk about airplanes and pizza, but the jokes is what makes this work.
All right. So I go over to how much would a listener pay for us to go over? I cook dinner and you just sit there.
I'll be the mixer.
How much would a listener pay
See,
for me to go to their house and cook dinner?
The rest of the fund is $860,000 left for their goal. So it's a total of $2 million.
We're talking about 2 separate things now.
Hold
for
on,
Karen Reed.
you've just like entered the conversation.
It's like Julian
Yeah.
had a mini stroke
Yeah,
in his back.
Yeah, we're talking about something else now.
I thought that was for the.
No, we're talking about me going
Oh,
and
no.
cooking dinner for people.
Daddy just wants to raise money for himself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's-
Where's your money going?
we're
do we
not
do
gonna-
we have a
Julian-
fund that it needs to go into?
Julian, did you think we were going to give the money to Karen Reed?
No, I was just saying, like, I thought you were going to cook dinner for them.
Do you have any freaking idea how much your NYU Tisch Film School tuition is every year?
Way too much.
It is damn right it is.
Way too much.
All right, man. We're just getting rolling here, man. So bottom line, Michelle is still totally invested and sucked into the Karen Reed deal. And she had got sucked into a 2-hour Dateline special where you really didn't learn much. Oh, the only thing we learned was the dinner with the attorney. That's the only new thing. All right, 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, it's morons in the news time, and I will not disappoint. I never disappoint. Always a great morons in the news pile, and that's next. Oh, guess who's going to join us in about 27 minutes? On the Israel border, and I'm guessing it's probably Israel and Jordan, Brian Stern, Gray Bull Rescue, who's helping evacuate Americans and Floridians out of Israel because of the Iran-Israel conflict. Brian Stern, Gray Bull Rescue, a local Tampa operation. He is on the Israeli border right now, and we're going to talk to him live at 7 o'clock from the desert, all right, on the Israeli border to find out what the latest is. As I guess another flight, did another flight just land with Floridians and Americans, I think at Tampa International this morning? I know one landed yesterday, and I think something else. I think another flight might have landed this morning. All right, 6:34, early morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show. If you don't know about Stephen Elizabeth Holland yet, you need to know about Stephen Elizabeth Holland. If you're in your, let's say, mid to late 40s, certainly into your 50s, if you're tapping on your 60s, if you're looking at retirement, hey, maybe you're a month away or a year away from retirement, maybe you're in retirement. All of those demographics, you got to get a hold of Stephen Elizabeth Holland so you can make sure you have the right investment plan and right retirement full strategy. The Holland, Stephen Elizabeth, in the Tampa Bay area since 1993, over 32 years they've been here. They will build you an investment plan and a retirement plan, complimentary, no cost to you, no obligation. The last thing you want is to find out that you don't have enough money for retirement. The last thing you want to find out is you're not going to have the retirement that you dreamed of. get the plans. Make sure you're on track. Get a second opinion. If you think you've got a plan with a different advisor, make sure you really do. Get a hold of the Hollands. This is complimentary, no cost to you. Tell them MJ sent you. AskTheHollands.com. That's AskTheHollands.com. Traffic's on. Morons in the news next.
We have an accident in Manatee County on a...
It is 6:41, Morons time. Do you remember? It was either earlier this week. It might have been like Monday or Tuesday or late last week. Do you remember the dog walker story? That a dog walker out in Colorado, who the owner entrusted to go into the house. They had a key to the house. The dog walker would go in, walk the dog during the day while the owner was out at work, whatever the story was. Do you remember that?
I do.
Do you remember what happened? What did the dog walker do? What did that horrific dog walker do inside this residence?
Didn't the dog walker take jewelry?
Yeah. Do you remember how much?
Like a lot, like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
How much, Fester? How much jewelry did the dog walker take?
I don't know. It was like $200,000.
No, higher.
300?
No, higher.
Was it 500?
Yes, it was.
Was it? Okay.
Yes. You're going to be in the Showcase Showdown.
Ooh, I spin the big wheel.
Oh no, only if you got to win the wheel next.
That's
right.
wheel.
That's right. $500,000. So dog walker ripped off this woman $500,000, and a lot of it was like one of a kind jewelry. And the dog walker had already taken $30,000 worth of jewelry to have the gold melted down and sold to a pawn shop. So irreplaceable stuff, right? Well, guess what? That was Colorado. How about right here in Florida? How about another dog walker? Tell you what, you give dog walkers a bad name.
No kidding. These two people are saboteuring the whole industry.
You stole my jewelry, and you're to blame. Darling, you give dog walkers a bad name. Why are you looking at me funny, Michelle?
Okay, just continue.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. That was just so weird.
You took my dog for a poop, then you took my chain.
No.
That's so much better.
You're close.
Yeah.
You say it again.
You took my dog for a poop.
Oh, and then you stole my loot.
No, he stole a chain.
Yeah, it's jewelry centric.
Yeah.
But it's loot.
But every other word can rhyme. Every other line. It doesn't have to be.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Huh. Okay, I'm thinking.
Yeah, Fesser's writing lyrics in his head. All right, so we have another very similar story.
Yeah.
And this is down in Collier County.
Mm.
This is just south of us. This is what, like, Naples?
Yeah.
Naples area. That's where our corporate headquarters are. But, oh, man, I hope it wasn't one of the Beasley's houses.
Oh, no.
I hope when the Beasleys were at corporate headquarters working their butts off, I hope that they didn't have the dog walker go into their place to walk the dog and rip off their loot.
The CEO has one-of-a-kind jewelry. It's missing.
Yeah.
So now it's some
Anyway,
Naples pawn shop.
This is down in Collier County. A Florida dog walker now is accused of stealing $106,000.
That's small-time stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you couldn't at least top the Colorado heist?
She was working on it.
You slacker dog walker thief bitch. A Florida dog walker accused of stealing $106,000 in jewelry from her Florida neighbor. Her 83-year-old neighbor. That's awful. This ought to be a crime against the elderly as well. The Collier County Sheriff's Office said that 83-year-old woman hired her neighbor, Dana Seifert, to walk her dog for $50 a week. On June 2nd, the 83-year-old woman discovered that 2 of her diamond rings were missing, as well as a diamond Bertolucci watch. Doesn't Bertolucci make olive oil?
The watch was made with olive oil. Very smooth mechanism.
Also took cash. You know, when you think of an 83-year-old woman, I think of like my grandmother and my great aunts. And listen, they were 83 when I was like 10. All right, they were old already. Do you remember like the old? And I think they're sort of making a comeback. Do you remember like the old lady, like 1920s, 1930s brooches?
Mm-hmm.
And I think brooches, aren't they making a comeback?
Yeah,
yes. on men.
Yes. Well,
I
everywhere,
saw
but
that-
men.
Yeah.
Men are like
that's
a
right.
new thing.
We had a story. That's right. About a month or two ago, we had a story about
the Oscars.
Man brooches.
Yeah.
But I remember like some of my old relatives, they had like humongous insect brooches.
Yeah.
It was like a firefly brooch. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's a firefly.
Yeah, I don't understand the fascination with insects in jewelry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that,
I'm
and especially
sorry.
with brooches.
I'm sorry. I said firefly. Andrew corrected me. Dragonfly is what I meant.
Yes.
You are correct.
Michelle, we're also happy you married into the family. Here's a ladybug.
A ladybug brooch. All right. Here's a giant cicada brooch.
Oh, gross.
This is a cockroach brooch. It's
It's
called the roach brooch. Brown diamonds.
I like that one.
Gross.
It's really just cheap diamonds with a bunch of inclusions. I got a deal. Morty got it for me.
Morty. So
It'll look beautiful on your beach.
you got to be careful with these dog walkers. All right, listen, in all fairness, I'm sure most dog walkers are 100% reliable and trustworthy. I'm sure not. We just have two big dog walker stories where they're ripping off jewelry to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. We happen to have two stories in 1 week, but I know this should not cast a pall over all dog walkers.
Yeah, dog walker.
I wonder if we have any dog walkers listening. You know what? If you're a dog walker, if you're in the dog walking business and you're listening right now,
I don't know that this is a big dog walking. I bet you it's like a dog sitting town.
you know what? There are dog sitters. That's true. And also doggy daycare is big.
Yeah.
Really? Well, it's big everywhere, but I know that that's pretty big in the Tampa Bay area. But listen, if you are a dog walker, if you do go into people's houses during the day and walk their dogs while they're at work, or listen, if you are a dog sitter, same deal. If you're a dog sitter, because I think the Colorado ripoff for $500,000 in the lady's jewelry, I believe that it was also a dog sitter, that she would also spend time and not just take the dog out for a walk. But if you're in the dog sitting or dog walking business, please call us now and speak up.
Defend your craft.
For all of the law-abiding, fine citizens that do not rip off their clients to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars in jewelry. If you would like to, as Fester said,
defend your craft,
call us right now, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If that's you, we'll rush you right on. We'll rush you right on immediately.
Crazy thing about that story was the money. $50 a week to walk a dog.
Yeah, and then she's ripping off $106,000 in jewelry.
That amount of money seems like a lot of money to an old person.
Hey, if you work at Lowe's, so if you work at Lowe's, and I'm not talking about Home Depot. Nope.
If you work at our competition.
Yeah.
Lowe's.
If you work at Lowe's, now Lowe's does have music, and it's just not as good as the Home Depot music, but Lowe's does have music in their commercials. If you work at Lowe's and you shoot a coworker dead on a forklift, what do you do next?
Hold on. Are you on the forklift or are they on the forklift?
No. The coworker's on the forklift, and you have an argument at Lowe's, and you shoot them dead, and they're on the forklift. What do you do next?
I mean, I would say run.
Nope. That's not what you do. Nope. You get a hold of HR and you confess. And this is true. An unhinged Lowe's employee shot and killed his coworker as he operated a forklift on an overnight shift, then bizarrely confessed to the murder in an email to HR.
Why is that bizarre?
Hello, HR. I just want to inform you I just killed my coworker on a forklift.
In an email?
In an email. shot and killed the
Well-
coworker on the forklift overnight at Lowe's, and then sent an email to HR confessing.
I mean, to be fair, HR is not open, I think, on the overnight shift.
Yeah, and that is a violation. That is an HR violation to shoot your coworker.
Was it sent to somebody specific, or was it just the whole office, or was it like to whom it may concern?
I don't have the actual individual's name at Lowe's HR Fester. Christopher Wozniacki, 36, allegedly unloaded multiple shots at 44-year-old Jeff Moeller while they were working at a Lowe's in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Oh, man. In Scranton. One of them could have worked at the Dunder Mifflin warehouse prior to working at Lowe's in Scranton.
Well, they had forklifts.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
you had prior experience.
Absolutely. You kill somebody, then you send an email to HR. Yes, hi, HR, I'd like to confess. What?
He does look a little nuts.
The guy's got crazy eyes.
Oh, yeah. Totally crazy eyes.
If you look at the guy's mugshot, totally crazy eyes.
So did he just go over to his little desk and tap off the email and then go home?
Yeah.
Like shift finished and
apparently so.
paperwork done?
Yep, that's it.
I mean,
Yep, I killed him. Anyway, so the police did immediately, I guess, rush the victim to the medical center. He died of his injuries. Yeah, so I guess officers, they didn't even wait for rescue. Oh, wait a second. Andrew's telling me we have a dog walker on line 4.
all right.
Hang on a minute. Hello, Nancy, the dog walker. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Are you a dog walker?
I am a dog walker, pet sitter.
And have you ever ripped off your clients to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars in jewelry?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever rummaged through their drawers in their bedroom?
Never.
Have you ever rummaged through a drawer in the kitchen looking for some sausages?
No.
Well, I mean, it's a dog treat. I mean,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
You look for some,
Yes,
bacon bits.
if there's dog treats, I will ask the client, do you have dog treats for them? Where would I find them? Or if I need to find something that is important, I will address the client first.
When you hear a story like 2 dog walkers, one ripping off a client for $500,000 and then having their jewelry melted down at a pawn shop for cash, and then you hear about the one right down in Naples, does that sicken you?
Yes. It totally sickens me.
Would you like to strangle them with a dog leash?
No, I would just like them to be taken care of by the authorities.
Well, Nancy, I want to thank you for stepping up and defending, as Fester would say, people in your craft.
Yes, it's a good business if you're an honest, hardworking person.
Well, there you go. And that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Nancy, if you were to strangle them, would you use like a 6-foot leash or one of those retractable leaches to get a little?
No, use the spike collar where,
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah,
We'd probably do the pincher collar.
Yes. Pincher collar.
She knows the industry terms.
She's got the lingo.
Yeah.
Got the lingo down.
I mean, dumbass MJ calling it a spike collar. It's a pincher.
Thank you, Nancy. Hey, folks, when we get back, Brian Stern, Gray Bull Rescue, local awesome operation. He's on the Israeli border right now, and I guess they're prepping another extraction mission, getting Americans out of Israel because of the Iranian-Israeli conflict right now. So we're going to talk to Brian live on the Israeli border and find out what they're up to. Next, live from Israel, next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Stand by for that. If you're in a car wreck, Fester, anything new? Grab your mic quickly. Anything new on the Allison smashed by the Uber in downtown Tampa front with the Kemp Law Group?
I have nothing new right now, but you know what? I mean, I know that the Kemp Group is in communication with the insurance companies like consistently.
Have you heard a number yet on what it's going to take to settle this thing?
You know what?
6-7 million?
Closer to 5.
Okay. All right. Listen, they'll get a bargain here.
Closer to 5.
Now, really, all kidding aside, folks, Allison Fester's wife was just minding her own business downtown Tampa when an Uber smashed into her. $7,000 in damage to the car. So you can imagine that jams up your back and your neck. If you're in a car wreck, you got to get hold of the Kemp Law Group, folks. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. They know how to preserve the evidence. They know how to get exactly what they need. They know how to deal with the other side of the aisle. So don't leave it to chance. Make sure evidence is preserved. Make sure you get the right team. The Kemp Law Group, accident or fault, you call Kemp Law. It's kemplaw.com and tell them that MJ sent you. Hey, this weekend, a phenomenal weekend to take advantage of the amazing zero interest for 5 years program at IDC, International Diamond Center, IDC. 4 locations in the Tampa Bay area. But this is an event that people wait for until the end of the month. Today's the 20th. You've got 10 more days to get amazing jewelry, remarkable value, but then the bonus is you buy it and you don't pay any interest for 5 years until 2030. So when you lop the interest off and you're just paying principal every month, the savings is ginormous. And so much stuff is within reach. Engagement rings, designer wedding bands, designer engagement rings, necklaces, earrings, bracelets. I mean, it's unbelievable. IDC, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, Sarasota, and zero interest financing until 2030. 5 years. Take advantage now. IDC, tell them MJ sent you. Traffic's on at 6:57. MJ Morning Show back in a minute. Brian Stern from the Israeli border with Gray Bull Rescue next.
A couple of accidents to report.
is 7:01 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ, Fester, Michelle, the kids are in today. Our Julian is in, as well as Fester's Hadley is in. And guess who else is in? Brian Stern, the CEO and the founder of Gray Bull Rescue, a phenomenal Tampa-based organization rescuing Americans from around the planet wherever they need to be rescued, is on the phone. Brian Stern, you are on the Israeli border right now live, correct?
Yeah, MJ, I'm on the Israeli side, not on the Jordanian side, but yeah, I'm right on the border at the border crossing.
Yeah, that's what we had surmised. We because I said earlier when I mentioned at like 6:20 that you were going to be on at 7:00, I said I'm guessing he's on the Israeli-Jordanian border. I just saw, and I'm sure you're fully aware, another flight. I think a Boeing 777, Eastern Airlines. I guess they do charters now. Eastern. Just landed a 777 at 4:00 this morning at Tampa International. And, Governor DeSantis just had a press conference live about an hour ago at Tampa International.
Yeah, that was actually our aircraft. If you look at some of the pictures, you listen to the audio, he talks about how Gray Bull Rescue in the state of Florida, Governor DeSantis and Senator Jay Collins, how we've been working together to rescue Americans.
What is on tap now? I know there are more Americans to try to get out of Israel because of the tensions and the missiles flying from Iran. What are you working on right now? What is the plan? Is there a mission for today?
Yeah, we've been doing missions constantly. We've been here for just under a week. We've been doing. We have maritime options, we have air options, we have ground options. And the deal is that things constantly change. So the environment is so fluid, and that's kind of where Gray Bull Rescue earns its money, is being able to adapt and pivot without much notice to do what needs to be done to rescue Americans. Literally, I got across the border today, and as I got across, about 10 minutes later, the border closed, and it will remain closed for another 4 days.
Oh, wow.
3 days. So. As an example, we're doing some operations here shortly, and that changes everything drastically, right? And the border is closed. So now what do we do? Well, good news, we have boats. And we'll pivot, and we'll shift and lift, and we'll do a couple of maritime things until the sea gets bad, and the sea state gets bad, then we'll have to shift and lift, and then we'll do buses to airplanes again. So it's constant moving of the cheese. It's constant flow of change. Oh yeah, by the way, Iranian missiles. Oh yeah, by the way, potential World War III scenario with us and Iran, and all kinds of other terrible things.
Now, Brian, have you had any Tampa Bay residents that you've helped evacuate from people from Tampa or St. Pete, Clearwater?
Yeah, absolutely. We've actually had some from Tampa, Bradenton. I think we had a St. Pete family too, but there's been a bunch of Floridians, Yep. It's the summertime. So a lot of folks come to Israel on the summer vacations. A lot of kids do their study abroad stuff.
Yeah, you know what? You just brought that up. That just reminded me. I saw on the news, there was a USF student, a kid from USF here in Tampa, that he was doing an internship, some kind of a medical type internship that was cut short because of the conflict.
Yeah, it's the summertime. So, on this flight that just landed today, was a whole mission trip of pastors from Oklahoma. Senator Mullins of Oklahoma and I have been talking a lot, trying to get his people out. And so it's not all. It's not all Jewish people. It's Christians. I think we had a Muslim. We had a couple of Muslim folks also. I think, we don't really care. If you're an American, you're an American. I don't really care, if you're a Republican or a Democrat or man or woman or Muslim, Christian or Jew. I could care less. But my point is that it's not any one particular demographic. These are all just the commonality of who are rescuing our American citizens.
Anyway, doing wonderful work. And, of course, Gray Bull Rescue and Brian Stern's organization, they're based right here. Their offices are at Rocky Point, right, near the Courtney Campbell Causeway. If you'd like to donate, because, listen, this costs money. And if you'd like to donate, go to graybullrescue.org, getting international recognition, and they're a Tampa Bay organization right here. All right, Brian, as usual, hit me up, text me, call me, any breaking news, whatever we need to talk about. You know that you have an outlet right here on the MJ Morning Show.
Thanks so much, MJ. Really appreciate it. GraybullRescue.org. Appreciate you.
All right, stay safe on the border. And are you still with Florida State Senator Jay Collins?
I am, but he's on the other side, so I'll see him in a little bit.
Okay. All right. Listen, Brian, we'll talk to you soon. GraybullRescue.org. Give them $5, $10, $15, $20, $100. They're doing great work. Brian, I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. From the Israeli-Jordanian border, right then and there.
That's where it's happening, man.
Helping to evacuate Americans that need to get out. Listen, airspace is like closed and flights are canceled, and having to get people into Jordan to get them out, or get them on a boat to Cyprus, or to fly to Cyprus to then get them back to the U.S. And again, big, huge news. 4 o'clock this morning. Julian, what time did you say the 777 landed from Cyprus?
I believe it was like around 4:30 this morning.
Yeah. 777 landed at Tampa International from Cyprus with Americans that Graybull helped to evacuate.
It's amazing.
And he's still on the ground, as you just heard. It really is. It's amazing.
Just to be a non-military force and to know how to navigate that part of the world.
But you know that he's former military. He's former special operations.
But right now he's a nonprofit. He's a charity.
Oh yeah. And the bulk of the team are like former military. So they're very well-versed, well-trained, and do an incredible job. 7:08 at the MJ Morning Show. Complete segue, complete gear shift here. I want to see how well-versed my lovely wife, Michelle, is in 9 things in your bathroom that you should throw away and replace right now. Yeah,
9 things.
Yeah, 9 things.
Just throw away.
Throw them away. These are 9 things in your bathroom that are probably filthy.
Yeah, not throw away and never use again, but just replace. Right?
Yeah, no, throw away the existing and replace it with new. If you were to guess, would you like to take a guess on some of these?
Toothbrush.
Is toothbrush on the list? Show me toothbrush. Yes, toothbrush is on the list.
Good answer.
Good answer. You want to pass or play?
A pass.
Yes, toothbrush is on the list. These are the 9 things that are in your bathroom that you probably just need to replace. And think about this regularly, because these things are pretty damn filthy.
Dude, I have to tell you right now, I need to replace my scale.
Would you like to take one? Well, that's because springs blew out of it.
Boing, bing,
Would you like to take another stab at it, Michelle?
No.
No?
She passed.
I mean, toilet seat?
Toilet seat is not on the list. I'm sorry.
1 strike for the Michelle family over here.
But there is something that does begin with toilet. Let me just go down the list here.
Okay.
The 9 things that you ought to throw away that are in your bathroom right now.
Oh, toilet paper?
Hang on a minute.
I throw that away about 18 inches at a time.
Oh, you ought to save it. Save your toilet paper. All right. Eye makeup.
Wow.
Yeah, eye makeup is filthy.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you get your fingers in there.
I don't put my fingers in there.
Well, a lot of people do.
Right, but I don't.
And, we've learned that, the testers, the makeup testers at the department stores, at the makeup counters.
Don't.
Those things are like the lab in Wuhan.
Yeah.
You go to Dillard's, those makeup testers, you might as well lick the floor at a wet market in Wuhan, China. All right. So eye makeup. Eye makeup is filthy and should be swapped out at regular intervals. And it depends on, how much you use, and I guess it depends on the product.
All right.
But seriously.
That makes sense. You're sticking your finger in it every couple days.
Yeah. So eye makeup is filthy. And, also it's so close to, your eyes and mucous membrane, and who knows what kind of heebie-jeebies you can get into your system.
You're really into eye makeup.
The next thing is contact lens cases. People do not change out their contact lens cases enough. Another filthy item. Like, Michelle, you yelled at me. I ordered
I didn't yell at you.
You were yelling at me that you don't need to order a set of 50 contact lens cases from Amazon. I got like 50 contact lens cases for like $15. And and they're all like multicolored. I've got purple, I've got yellow, I've got clear, I've got white, I've got red, I've blue, I've got all these different.
Do you have green?
You know what? There is a green.
What about an orange?
There's an orange as well.
Maybe a fuchsia?
I don't know if there's fuchsia.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe there is.
Maybe
there's like a whole rainbow. It looks like I'm at a gay pride parade. That's the colors.
How appropriate.
That's
here in the middle of Pride Month.
That's the amount of colors that I have in my rainbow collection of contact lens cases. And Michelle, cut the crap. You were giving me crap about ordering that many contact lens cases. And look, it's on the list of filthy things in your bathroom that you need to replace more often.
Next.
Contact lens cases. Sunscreen. Yep, sunscreen.
Mm-hmm. I don't consider that a bathroom item.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. Sunscreens will more than likely have an expiration date. This is not one of the filthy items.
Right.
This is one of the expired items.
Right.
If you take sunscreen and you shake it and it sounds like really, really liquidy, you
might have a breakdown.
Yeah.
A chemical breakdown. Yeah. So the ingredients in sunscreen that protect you from harmful UV rays break down over time. So it's mostly filthy things in your bathroom, but there are some other things in your bathroom that you need to replace right now. Sunscreen, one of them. And you know what else? There was another story, I think this week. It was very recent. Another story on we tested all the major sunscreens and 90% failed as far as the effectiveness of blocking the amount of UVA and UVB rays that they claim that their product blocks. I got to be, I'm so freaking confused. I mean, every day, there's always a different story on what sunscreen's good. And, in the story that I saw about sunscreen tests, it's like the sunscreens that they said were great. I never heard of the freaking things. I've never seen these things.
Really poor advertising campaigns.
It's like, what the... Michelle, is there... And this is important. In Florida with skin cancer and the sun that we get here, is there really a definitive list that you know of what sunscreens really do work?
Okay, it's not about what sunscreens, which ones work. It's about which ones work for the activity that you're doing. So if I'm just walking around outside, I can buy more of a cosmetic type product maybe that has a tint to it. But if you're going to the beach, you need to buy a really good sunscreen that's like going to stay on you while you're in the water or perspiring. It's got to be waterproof. And you need to reapply it like every, 80 minutes or something, it says on the tube. Because it rubs off. Right. It wears off of you. I mean, you're in the sand and in the sun. I mean, sweating and in the ocean. It's like going to come off of you. But if I'm just walking around town, I can wear something that's a little more nice to have on my skin.
All right, next, we're going back to the filthy list.
Yeah, I like the filthy list.
So, but these are 9 things in your bathroom right now you need to replace, and sunscreen was the outlier because
it needs to be replaced.
It just needs to be replaced. All right, the next filthy item is your toilet brush.
Like the wand?
Yeah, like the bristly toilet brush. Those are disgusting when you think about it.
Yeah.
Nobody really cleans those. I mean, you use them, but then you put them back.
Ugh. So the toilet brush, that's a nasty device. I mean, who knows? I mean, you got E. coli on there. You got Enterobacter. You got Cladosporium on there.
Oh, you don't want Cladosporium.
I never even heard of Cladosporium until I saw this list.
Let me just tell you, not good.
You know what? I'm going to go to a restaurant later today. I'm going to order some Cladosporium.
Dude, it's probably already there.
All right, next is your hairbrush. Hairbrush also filthy. Replace your hairbrush. And, of course, it depends on quality. I mean, there's a whole different,
Yeah, like a hairbrush, though, it seems like that's something you could disinfect.
Yeah, you just wash it, like, depending on what type you have.
Take all that clumps of hair out and throw it in a dishwasher.
Or put it in gasoline.
Yeah.
All right, don't do that. Hairbrush is filthy. Michelle, you said toothbrush. That's on the list here, obviously. Disposable razors are filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called disposable for a reason. Throw them away. Don't try to get 37 shaves out of one disposable.
Just one and done? It seems like seems like a waste.
I don't know if one and done is what you need to adhere to, but it just shows that people are just keeping their disposable razors way too long, and they just grow filth and muck. All right, listen to this one. We got, I think, two more. Yeah, two more. And, man, these things, these might fall under the radar as far as bathroom filth. However, when you think about it, yeah, the shower curtain and liner are just disgusting.
I mean, moisture gets trapped in there. Half of them are probably moldy.
I got to be honest. I think a body bag is probably cleaner than a shower curtain or liner.
I would agree with that.
And you know what? I think there have been numerous mob hits where the body was wrapped in a shower liner and then tossed in the trunk of the car. They're snapping the rings, ting, 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 as they pull it off, the shower curtain rod.
Just using what you have around you.
So clean or replace your shower curtain and shower curtain liner. Or better yet, get a bathroom that has like a glass door that can be cleaned a lot, easier, right? All right, then finally, the loofah.
Yeah, your body scrubber.
That
thing's gross.
The loofah is a nasty, just germ collection magnet.
First of all, you can wash those, I think, but who's still using that?
A loofah?
Oof.
Yeah, we don't have a loofah, do we?
No.
What do you guys use? Rags? Use little towels?
Listen, along the same lines, you know what else is filthy?
What's that?
Your kitchen sponges.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about this numerous times, that your kitchen sponge is a grotesque, disgusting, vile pile of bacteria. I mean, your kitchen sponge is probably the most likely thing to kill you in your house.
I mean, if you eat it, yeah. I mean, wait, Michelle, what are you talking about? Who uses a loofah?
A loofah.
These little plastic, woven things? Listen,
Fester uses a loofah.
I have two loofahs. One for upper, one for lower.
Oh, right. Thank
what
you.
happens if you use your lower on your upper?
Oh, you know. You know.
You got crotch face. All right, 7:19 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, we start over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Are you aware of the Gen Z gaze? Do you know what this is? The Gen Z gaze.
Is that a stare or a person?
Hang on. It's the Generation Z gaze. Hold on. You got to hear about this. What are you snickering at over there?
I know several of the Gen Z gays. They're very nice people.
All
I
right.
don't know what's the big
No,
deal?
gaze. No, it's not GAYS.
Okay, that's why I wanted clarification.
It's
like a stare.
It's GAZE.
Like
yes,
looking longingly to
something. It took me a second
Okay,
to understand your potential confusion. All right.
My friend Robert, he's practically their leader.
If you don't know about the Gen Z gaze, GAZE.
Happy Pride Month, by the way, guys. Listen, I'm all for it. Listen, good for you.
We'll tell you about that next. Also, I would like to discuss some criticism that Michelle is tossing my way.
What?
Michelle's giving me a look right now. Michelle, it'll be okay. Why are you giving me a stare? All right. So Michelle, live criticism. I just got to discuss that. I got to get this off my chest. All right, hang on. On the way. And an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Plus, I'm told we have more Hadley fun facts. Is that true?
She is loaded and ready to go.
All right, more Hadley facts are on the way. 7:20 MJ Morning Show with Don't Miss Radio happens next. So stand by. My friends at Veterans Ford want you to know that this weekend is an awesome weekend to go pick up a new Ford car, truck, or SUV before Ford employee pricing goes away on July 4th. This has been spectacular. If you're looking for a new Ford car, truck, or SUV, you can get one of these Fords at employee pricing. This is what an employee of the Ford Motor Company pays for the vehicle. It is below dealer cost, and Ford made this available to everybody, but it expires on July 4th. You got to hurry. Get to Veterans Ford. Great weekend to go test drive something and kick some tires and check out the Ford product that you've dreamed of having. And why Veterans Ford? Because they're great. You're going to have a great experience. People love Veterans Ford. Their service department's amazing. They've got an unbelievable selection of used inventory as well. It's Veterans Ford at the Veterans Expressway and Line Bar in Tampa, and tell them that MJ sent you. How would you like to get the best garage door service in town and get 10% off? I'm talking about Banco. Bank on Banco. Banco is the best. Who does the garage door work at my house? Nobody but Banco. BancoDoors.com. Mention me, MJ, 10% off. The biggest service call for a garage door is the broken spring. Do not get taken advantage of on a broken spring. There are some companies out there that will charge sometimes double or triple what they should. Sometimes it's let's feel out the customer and let's see what they'll pay. It happened to my neighbor with a big name garage door company locally who, if they were the last one on the planet after what happened to my neighbor, I wouldn't use them. That's why you want Banco. Banco's been around since the 80s, over 40 years. Mention me, MJ, 10% off. You need a new garage door opener. You want a new garage door, maybe a hurricane-rated door. Bank on Banco, BancoDoors.com, and tell them that MJ sent you. Simple as that. When your move has to go smooth, you want two college brothers. Now, I like Google reviews. Michelle, as far as reviews, you like Google the best other than Yelp. And Google really set the standard.
Google sets the standard for sure.
And, Michelle, if you see that a moving company has a 4.8, 4.9? I mean, two college brothers, just highly rated. They have over 1,100 five-star reviews. How do you, that's like unheard of for a moving company to have over 1,100 five-star reviews.
I mean, it's unusual for most businesses to have a 4.8 or a 4.9. So, and a moving company is a very specialized area.
Yeah. If you are making a move, do not make the wrong move. You want twocollegebrothers.com, the smartest move you'll ever make. That's twocollegebrothers.com. Don't get hosed. Get a really solid company that's going to treat you well. twocollegebrothers.com. Mention me, MJ. Get free moving boxes. That's twocollegebrothers.com for your move or anyone you know that's making a move. An hour, 20 minutes, nonstop MJ. Next.
In Manatee County, we have an accident on 75.
Pump up the MJ. Pump up the MJ. All right, 7:28 at the MJ Morning Show. Here we go. An hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ starts right now. Yes, Fester.
No, I mean, you're giving me a look. You can see Michelle and I chit-chatting over here.
No, because as I'm coming on and I'm turning on my microphone, I hear you guys again like little fourth graders.
No, you couldn't hear us. My microphone was not on.
No, but your chatter was picked up by my microphone.
That's not true.
Listen,
I heard it.
You're lying.
We're doing a very, very important taste test this morning.
What's that?
You know how she loves the Belvita breakfast biscuits?
Yes, Michelle likes the Belvita breakfast biscuits.
Dude, I bought the ones from Aldi, and we're trying them this morning.
Oh, those are the Aldi Benton's brand copycat ripoff Belvitas for what? A third of the price?
Maybe a quarter of the price.
Maybe free. Maybe they pay you to take that crap off their shelves.
If they did, I would take it. So anyway, we just had it during the commercial break. We both agree they're pretty good.
Michelle, is it as good as the Belvita?
I've just had one bite. It's very cinnamony. It's got a lot of flavor.
Wow.
I think I like it.
Oh, look at that.
We're big fans.
All right, so Gen Z.
The Gen Z gays.
Yeah. All right. Now,
I had a better name than that.
I had to clarify for Fester in the teaser a few minutes ago because I said, "Hey, have you heard of the Gen Z gays?" And Fester thought I was talking about gay Gen Zers.
Yeah.
No. It's not GAYS.
Having a big parade in a couple of weeks,
It's the
right?
GAZE.
Okay.
The Gen Z gays. Now, Julian, your Generation Z.
Yep.
You were born in 2004. So right kind of in the middle of the Gen Z generation. Do you know what the Gen Z gaze is?
Well, when you said it during the teaser, all I can think of is just like the look of like just dud confusion, maybe.
That is it. That is it. Yeah. It's the Gen Z gaze. It's like a stare, and it's most prevalent with Gen Z folks that work in a store or like a retail establishment. And customers have noticed that Generation Z out in the workforce, they just kind of stare. They don't say hello. They don't acknowledge customers coming in.
Nope.
So hold on. So you know this as well.
Well, yeah, I think when we're shopping or when we go to the movie theaters or something, I notice this younger crowd. They're not like, hey, can I help you? Or, can I help you find something?
They're not engaged.
Very rare.
They're not engaging.
Yep. They're just over there folding the clothes or behind the counter busying themselves. And it's almost like you're an intrusion on their, moment. And I'm like,
you're bothering me.
Yeah.
I think it's a form of weaponized incompetence, to be honest. Like that's how I see it.
Look at Gen Z Julian, my son, in the studio this morning with the terminology. He's got the lingo over here. Weaponized incompetence. Look at that. Yeah, Gen Z. It's called the Gen Z gaze, GAZE, and we're talking about younger customer service or retail workers, and they don't want to say hello. They don't want to greet a customer or acknowledge a customer. It's like they're just there taking up space, and it's like you're bothering them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is infuriating a lot of customers. Usually it's like later millennial and Gen X, like Fester's Gen X. I'm Gen X. Michelle, you're Gen X. And this is infuriating a lot of the Gen Xers, and it's called the Gen Z gaze. Just heads up, this is a thing. And then one other, actually, I think I've got two other Generation Z things, which, might or might not affect you. Julian, the term crashing out, do you know what this is a huge Generation Z term these days. And Gen Z was born 1997 to 2012. That's Generation Z. So, Julian, the term crashing out, are you familiar with this Generation Z term?
Very, very familiar.
All right, so
really?
Yeah, Hadley's over here, and she's on pins and needles. She's like, I know what it means.
Really? Hadley?
Hadley is Gen Alpha, right?
Well, I don't know. What's the
hold on.
last year of Z?
When were you born? What year were you born, Hadley?
I was born in 2011.
Oh, so you're the back end of Gen Z.
Yes, I am.
All right. So we got both kids in the studio this morning. So Fester's kid Hadley's here, Michelle and my kid Julian here. So tell us about. Let me see. I've got the crashing out story. I want to see if you've got it down.
Well, crashing out is essentially when you're done with it all and you just have a big blowout. Like you're just done. You just have a huge reaction.
Yeah.
You just start going crazy.
Is that what it is, Hadley?
Yes, it is. You're about to freak out and you're about to go crazy, and you normally say it in the context, chat, I'm about to crash out, chat. It's like saying like the people around you.
Hadley, it sounds like you're glitching over there.
So
That's the point.
Hold on. You refer to the people around you as a chat?
I don't know. This generation's doomed.
Chat.
Wait. Your generation, Gen Z, is doomed?
Have you seen the Italian brain rot? I am telling you, my brother is over there screaming some stuff about he saw on YouTube, like
Bombadillo, crocodile,
Yes!
whatever one of those, like stupid.
ballerina,
some
ballerina
really stupid stuff.
cappuccino.
Oh, what language are
I'm
you guys
Sigma.
speaking? What are you saying?
We are speaking the societal downfall.
Hadley, stop!
Is she onto something, Julian?
Oh, I definitely, absolutely.
So,
What the hell just happened?
so crashing out, it's like your adrenaline goes through the roof.
Yeah.
Your patience is fried, and Gen Z calls it crashing out.
Huh.
Wow. Well, there you go. All right. Then one, then the crap you learn on this damn show.
No.
The crap I learn every day. And then the last thing is Gen Z, they're ditching smartphones to use old Blackberries? Hold on. Does a Blackberry even work on any networks these days?
It has Brick Breaker. That's all I care about.
Oh,
I mean, who supports a BlackBerry? Where can you buy a BlackBerry?
I don't think they don't make Blackberries anymore. Julian, do you know anyone that is fed up with a smartphone? Like you've got an Apple. Which Apple do you have?
I have a 15.
So you have an iPhone 15, like Pro or something.
The Pro Max, just because you only let me get it because we had a good credit.
Oh, there was a good Verizon credit on that. And I'll tell you what, Verizon, you better step up soon, or else I'm switching to Consumer Cellular.
You know what? You're getting to that age.
I'm switching to Mint.
Oh, no
This is
way.
MJ for Consumer Cellular.
I'm switching to Metro PCS. I don't know, whatever. Anyway,
No, careful. I'm gonna get you that ladybug phone
Oh,
soon.
yeah.
The Jiggerbug.
The
Jitterbug.
The Jitterbug. All right, but have you known anyone that's using a BlackBerry? Or is this a BS story?
I don't know anybody, but I do know people who use like flip phones still, like who just like say screw it. They crash out and then they get a flip phone.
Then they get a flip phone. Now, we know that flip phones can still be had, but can you still have a BlackBerry? I think BlackBerry stopped making phones like in 2015.
So where are they getting the Blackberries from to use?
Yeah. Fessy, can you look this up? Can you still connect a BlackBerry to Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile? All right, is there any, you know what? The easiest way to do this, if you still have a BlackBerry, and apparently that's what Gen Z wants to use now, and listen, social media is not supported on a BlackBerry. You don't have all the apps on a BlackBerry. But allegedly, users from the late teens to mid-20s are interested in like going a little retro and using BlackBerries. But again, is anybody listening to this show right now that is on a BlackBerry? The old classic BlackBerry. Is there anybody listening that is on a BlackBerry? Or will you call us from a BlackBerry right now? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Fire it up. If anyone listening is literally on a BlackBerry, 800-990-1047. I'd love to hear from you right now. All right, what do you find, Michelle?
That the people are buying them like the used ones, the old ones, and just I guess it shows that they are connecting to something, but I mean, they're doing unboxings.
So I guess they can put a new processor on the phone and upgrade
What do you mean you can put a new processor on the phone? What?
I'm looking at a story in real time from a website called Tech Advisor.
Yeah.
And it's talking about 2025's most unlikely phone trend, and they kind of explain it, but it's a lot of reading, and I'm not that good of a reader.
So on social media, if you do a search for BlackBerry, you're going to find thousands of videos of Gen Z purchasing old BlackBerries, I guess, off of eBay, or digging them out of their parents' drawers. Michelle,
we've got a bunch.
Guess what? You know what? I haven't even thought about this. We have a box of old cell phones. I think I probably have my first Motorola Droid from 2009 in there or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
it's getting listed on eBay this afternoon.
What, my BlackBerry?
Yeah, let's just make some money
Hold on.
right now.
Michelle, how many Blackberries do we have? We might have a couple of them in a box.
Probably 4, maybe 5.
All right, retire.
But hold on a minute. But they're not 5. What G is it?
I
What are they,
don't
like
know.
1G?
1G?
Oh, here we go.
2G?
It's before they even had G's.
What up, G? Not 5, I'll tell you that. All right. Anyway, so heads up, Blackberries. I didn't even know you could connect them to the network still.
So there might be a kit coming out to upgrade old Blackberries that cost a couple $100. For about $300, you can buy a conversion kit.
To do, who's getting it? It's a tiny little circuit board in there.
I'm telling you, it's a thing.
What are you doing, microsurgery with a mini soldering iron and taking out chips? What kind of upgrade kit? Anyway, just the craziest crap. All right. Jaws. I wonder if that little girl at Tampa General Hospital, who, by the way, is miraculous. You gotta bring up the shark attack story. Yeah, we've got some audio, by the way. Fester, bring it, because I want to pronounce her name correctly and everything. Yeah, just find that actual story. Yeah, 8-year-old, what was her name? Leah.
9-year-old?
9-year-old. 9-year-old Leah Lendell. She was bitten by a shark off of Boca Grande, and they made the right move to airlift her to Tampa General because, listen, some little Charlotte County hospital, I don't think that they had the qualifications to reattach her hand, ligaments and nerves and everything. And I'll tell you what, racing her to Tampa General, that was the right thing to do because it looks like her hand has been saved. This is a little Leah, and we talked about her last week. Was it early this week or last? It might have been Monday after the shark attack. So a 9-year-old girl is recovering at Tampa General Hospital from surgery after a shark left her hand dangling, nearly bitten off while snorkeling off of Boca Grande. Does she have any idea that today literally is the 50th anniversary? Today the 20th. June 20th, right now, right here. June 20th is the 50-year anniversary of the release of... And listen to this. USA Today had a story this week. 50 years ago, Jaws scared us senseless. We never got over it. Guess who never got over it? You, Michelle. You never got over it.
I never got over it.
You've never been in the ocean or the Gulf?
No, I have, but I only go in water where I can see, which really doesn't help. But I'm really not a fan of it. I've only done it very few times.
So
like a handful of times.
Michelle had the bejesus scared out of her in 1975. Michelle was 5 years old, and her parents took her to Jaws. That was a brilliant move. Why you tell that story quickly?
Was it the neighbor or
yeah.
something?
Yeah,
we
lived in Hawaii, and the neighbors were like, oh, you got to go see this new movie, Jaws, and, telling my parents all about it, and they were like, oh, I don't know. It sounds kind of, not great for the kids. No, our kids thought it was great. They were laughing the whole time. So my parents took me.
Yeah, and traumatized Michelle to the point where at 55, well, you're 54, right? 54.
Yeah.
At 54 years old, Michelle does not want to go into the ocean because of what happened 50 years ago today when her parents took her to Jaws in Hawaii. Where in Hawaii do you guys live?
Kaneohe.
Kaneohe, yeah. So, Michelle's dad, Marine brat family, so they were all over the world. And to this day, I'm reading this headline from USA Today. 50 years ago, Jaws scared us senseless. We never got over it. Yeah, duh. You're telling me I can't get my wife to go into the ocean. I can't get my wife to scuba dive. All because of Jaws and your dumbass neighbors in Hawaii in 1975 that said to your parents, "Oh yeah,
You're gonna love it.
take little Michelle at 5 years old to go see Jaws." Oh, our kids were laughing. It's a comedy.
Such a good movie.
It's a comedy.
You know, there was another shark bite off of Hilton Head Island.
What?
Yeah, just this week.
Oh, really? Well,
I sent it to you.
Yeah, all right, I didn't see
There
that.
are shark bites all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you. That's my point. There are shark bites all the time.
There are car accidents all the
Yeah,
time. Big
exactly.
deal.
But that's a necessity.
There are slip and falls all the time.
There are hemorrhoids all the time.
That's some nice hat, Harry. That's from Jaws.
I know.
Yeah.
I think that's the line. That's some nice hat, Harry.
Some nice hat, Harry.
Yeah. That was that used a little tag at the end of like a TV production company.
Yes.
But that was actually a line from Jaws. So, we have audio of the little girl. You know what?
She sounds so like calm and cool and collected. I would still be freaking out. Her arm is in an orange or yellow like a triangle sponge thing that's holding it upright, to keep it in a position so that the doctors were talking about the veins, like they had to reconnect all of her little blood vessels, and I don't know what else is in the hand and that they had to work on.
Yeah.
So this device, I guess, or apparatus that she's holding her hand in is to help her heal.
I'll tell you, the best move that they made was flying her
So
into.
it's just another day at the beach in both.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, I was trying to find audio. I don't know if you have it or not.
I have audio.
All right,
Yeah, I'm all set, Fester.
I don't
I'm
know.
all good to go. So little Leah Lendell, she did some TV interviews yesterday. They rolled her out with a giant wedge of cheese-looking sponge device that was like holding her hand at a certain level.
It's a really unique medical device.
Yeah, it looks like a deformed Wisconsin Green Bay Packers cheese head.
I'm looking at her
kind
mother.
of thing.
Her mother, also spoke at the press conference, and it's like a prop at Chuck E. Cheese.
All right, so here she is. This is her. This is little Leah Lendell at the presser yesterday. Listen to how composed this girl is at 9 years old after nearly having her entire hand bitten off by a shark down at Boca Grande.
So I didn't see anything. I was just snorkeling. Then I went up to breathe. And then something hard bit me. And then it tried to take me away. Then I pick up my hand and it's all in blood. Then I started screaming with my mom.
Yeah, right.
And then my dad was with me. He picked me up.
Yep.
And we ran to the road.
What a brave little girl. Don't watch Jaws. Do not turn on NBC at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
Well, they asked her if she was ready to go back.
Well, yes, I have the audio bite. And this is fantastic. Listen to this.
Yes.
She was asked, are you ready to go back in the water?
Yes.
I mean, she's so brave.
What terrible reporter asked her that as her hand is still bandaged in this piece of foam?
Are you ready to go back in shark-infested waters?
Yes.
You know what? I got to give her a lot of credit.
Good for her.
Exactly. Good for you. Get back in the water. Listen, I'm a scuba diver, and I have been around hundreds and hundreds of sharks. If you follow me on social, if you follow my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, just back in March, I was in the Philippines scuba diving for a couple of weeks, and I've got some video of I'm very close to sharks. If you haven't seen my shark, I'm underwater. I'm 50 feet down, 60 feet down. I'm right near sharks. Yeah, give me a follow. If you don't follow me on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and scroll back until you see my scuba videos from March. And then NBC will show Jaws in its entirety. I guess uncut, the original Jaws is going to run on NBC tonight starting at 8 o'clock with a special introduction from Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. You know, the unfortunate thing is the author who wrote the book, Jaws, Peter Benchley, he actually wrote it as to help sound the alarm on sharks and how important they are to the ecosystem, not realizing that they were going to be villainized and that people were now going to think sharks were the most horrible creature on earth. And he spent the entire rest of his life trying to turn it around and say no, sharks are not bad. But yet his whole, premise of how he presented in the book was just how, as an American culture, we just, grasped onto it. And we're like, oh, my God, sharks are, terrorizing us.
Let me go to phones. Andrew wants me to take line 2. Kimberly's in Clearwater. Kimberly, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Oh, how you doing? I actually went to a drive-in at the beach with the parents in a land shark of a.
Were you? Hold on. I think you were just eaten by a shark. Hold on a minute.
Your phone's not doing
Kimberly, your phone is in and out. Can you start again?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So we were in the station wagon.
My God.
Within minutes, we were all inside. Nobody went into the beach. No one went in the pool. I wouldn't even get in the bathtub.
All right, so hold on. Let me put you. So your parents took you to a drive-in theater near the beach to see Jaws in a station wagon.
It was awful.
Okay. And are you scarred to this day?
No, I'll get in it. I don't care.
All right. So she not like my wife.
Poor Michelle. Poor Michelle.
Yeah, my wife won't get into the water.
No.
Thank you, Kimberly. Appreciate it. Man, her cell service is terrible.
Yeah, it sounds like it was underwater. like she was in the belly of a shark. All right.
Hey, did you see like some of the ideas when the Rays leave St. Pete? So what's the plan? The plan is to finish out this season. And by the way, Chloe went to a Tampa Bay Rays game last night with friends at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. Very convenient, much closer to my house. So the plan is that the Rays play at Tropicana Field next year.
That's the plan.
The plan is that they'll finish up this season at Steinbrenner Field across from Ray J on Dale Mabry.
That's always been the plan,
And then they're supposed to have the new roofing material in like October. It's got it's like made in Germany, but then has to go to China to get sewed. And anyway, then it's got to be shipped here and then installed. So they're saying that Tropicana Field, then whatever water damage or whatever exposure to the elements have occurred at Tropicana Field, that it's all supposed to be game ready for opening day next year.
Okay.
And then the Rays are supposed to play for a couple more seasons until 20, is it 27, 28?
Is there a plan to build a stadium?
No, that's done. No, the St. Pete plan, the downtown St. Pete plan to build the new stadium and the whole entertainment area, that's toast. That is done. Remember Ken Walsh. Welch.
But it's
remember the mayor of St. Pete, Ken Welch. He said that he's done dealing with the Rays.
All right, don't use the word done then.
That Stu Sternberg pissed him off.
Okay, so there's no plan to build a stadium, so the Rays are playing there in perpetuity or moving.
No, well, the lease agreement goes through what is it like? Can you look that up? Andrew, when does the lease agreement go through?
So
it's like 20. Is it 28 or 29 or something?
I thought it was 28.
Maybe it's 28.
The Rays don't run all their contracts by me anymore.
But the reason why I'm bringing this up
Vince consulted me.
The end of the end of 2027 season is when the Rays. There's an extension through 28 now because of the hurricane damage.
When I had an apartment at the Cove,
right.
After my lease, I was able to go month to month.
Right.
Can the Rays do that?
All right. Well, listen, there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. So with the current ownership of the Rays, Stu Sternberg, big falling out, and the whole deal for the new stadium in downtown St. Pete dead. But with the story that broke this week that you get this Jacksonville billionaire investor dude, Chalupsky, whatever his name was, that he is in talks with a group to buy the Rays, and it's advanced talks, and there's an LOI, a letter of intent now. The question is, if he buys the team, the speculation is that they will leave it in Tampa Bay. A lot of money is on the fact that they will build a new stadium in Tampa, whether it's in Ybor, whether it's near the let's say the fairgrounds. The belief is that this new group will keep the Rays in Tampa, just move them to Tampa and out of St. Petersburg. But here's the deal.
What's the deal?
They're already talking about what they're going to use the old Tropicana Field space for. And there are a whole bunch of, you know what the leading plan is?
An amusement park.
4,000 pickleball courts.
Oh, my God.
There are two leading plans now So Tropicana Field is going to be rebuilt, new roof, like $58 million. I mean, ridiculous amount of money for only a couple of seasons. And then the plan is to knock down Tropicana Field and to repurpose the whole area, the acres and acres, like 90 acres. I mean, it's
a big piece of
land. It's a huge piece of land.
Prime real estate.
And the number one item right now, to turn it into 4,000 pickleball courts.
This is really early in the process.
All right, here's the second. This is the second leading conversion when they knock down Tropicana Field, a burnout lot. So.
We need one of those.
All the folks that are doing burnouts and intersection takeovers.
Yeah.
They get a giant burnout area where you go down there, you pay a little fee, and you get to do all kinds of burnouts.
I would much rather have a burnout lot than a pickleball.
So those are the leading suggestions and of what could become of Tropicana Field. So would you rather have 4,000 pickleball courts down there, or would you rather have a massive burnout area for people to go and just ruin their tires and drive in circles and shoot off fireworks and hit and fling spectators 30 feet through the air where they get fishtailed into?
I can't believe the city is so narrow-minded. Couldn't we have both? Couldn't we have 2,000 pickleball courts?
Oh, and the rest burnout area.
And a burnout area?
Yeah.
Or elevate the pickleball courts and have
burnout underneath.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you're playing pickleball with the smell of burning rubber and exhaust coming through.
Guys, for 1 minute, do you think I'm telling the truth? Are you guys believing any of this?
I thought 4,000 was a little bit of a high number.
I made it all up.
Yeah,
pickleball is so popular right now.
Well, that's why I said it.
I'm like, wow, 4,000 courts. I mean, there's a park near my house. They have 2 courts.
And the courts are smaller than tennis courts. So, maybe 4,000, they could fit them. And then people would come from the area to go play pickleball.
I made it all up. There's no plan for 4,000 pickleball courts. There's no plan for a burnout lot. But that would be a good idea.
Oh, it would be.
Is it a high-rise Supermax prison?
What?
Yeah, a high-rise Supermax.
Build.
Big federal penitentiary right there off the interstate.
The Supermax of the East in downtown St. Pete.
That's a good one.
The Supermax of the East. Now listen, they're trying to repurpose the area when the Rays leave.
Make it a park.
Return
it to a green space.
All right. So Andrew, thank you. I was just about to get to that.
What's that?
The real new suggestion of what to do with the Tropicana Field area is turn it into a convention center. Boring.
You know, that boring is what's going to support a city. It's going to bring conventions to town. I mean, where does St. Pete have for a convention space? Besides, I guess they have...
okay, the fact that they don't have one already tells you that nobody wants to go there for a convention. We have one in Tampa.
There is none.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what?
In Tampa.
The Tampa Convention Center is too small.
Yeah.
It's limited because you've got a little wedge. You have a little wedge on Harbor Island. I mean, that's, or
it's on the main.
I'm sorry, adjacent to Harbor Island. You got this little wedge in downtown Tampa, and not Harbor Island. So, I mean, but it's limited. They just don't have the real estate to really expand the convention center to what they need to expand it to. Is what I'm saying. All right, moving along. Michelle. What did I tease a few minutes ago when we started an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ? And you gave me a look. You shot me a little Michelle death stare.
I have no idea. I'm not paying attention.
I said about your criticism.
Oh.
You know what Michelle's doing?
What?
Michelle,
tell me what I'm doing.
Michelle is live criticizing me via text.
Oh. I'm just making notes through this show about things, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna text them. I'm not gonna have a conversation with you about them. I'm just gonna be like, didn't like this, didn't like that.
Hold on,
don't do this, don't do that.
You're critiquing our radio segments in real time.
In real time.
So he's in the middle of them and he's reading.
No. I make the whole list and then I just dispatch it at 10 a.m.
Right.
So he can read it and just self-correct.
Michelle is making notes and she's essentially live texting. No, you've actually texted during segments.
Yeah, that was on accident. I didn't mean to hit the send button.
Yeah, this is boring. This is going too long. You need to wrap this. I mean,
she's not wrong.
Oh yeah, on that one I was like, dude, come on, move along.
I mean, listen.
Oh, look, can I read some of yesterday's criticisms? All right.
I'll tell you.
So these are some
Yesterday was a day.
These were some of Michelle's criticisms from yesterday that she texted me. Do not call Andrew a Disney World weirdo.
That's
I don't like it. He's an enthusiast.
Yeah, I mean,
she says that sounds mean. He is an enthusiast in all caps.
yeah,
Here's another one. You need to use "Summertime" by Will Smith for your summer mentions in your AC endorsements for Plan B air conditioning.
Well, you kept playing that other song, and I was like, that's not really a song that I resonate with summer.
You're like summer.
Yeah.
That was like the clip.
No,
summer.
Yeah. It's not even like really, it doesn't resonate with me at all.
I mean, there was so many better summer songs.
Yeah. When I think of summertime, every year when I'd pick the kids up on the last day of school, I would have that song ready to go.
Summertime. Summer.
Hey, I pulled this clip, not for... Guys, I did not pull this for the air conditioning endorsement spot for Plan B air conditioning.
Played it yesterday.
Yeah.
I know.
So now let's be more creative.
I pulled this because
Summer. Yeah, because tonight,
arrives today.
Yeah, it's like what the summer
solstice. The summer solstice.
But even for the solstice thing, Will Smith's song would have been better.
Yeah.
Summer.
So summer hits today.
So you didn't pull the one I told you to pull.
What? I don't know. I did not yet.
He doesn't pull any
Summertime by Will Smith.
Will Smith was canceled because he beat the crap out of Chris Rock.
He just slapped him once, and Chris has rebounded nicely.
Will Smith is not.
I think he's doing like a Nat Geo show or something.
But I think he's in a movie coming out. I think he did get something finally.
Slapping guys. Right, what other criticism do you have?
Well, let me just mention that summer officially arrives.
Oh God, who cares?
At 10:40.
Summer arrived in April around here. Dude, we live in Florida.
I know. We live in summer is literally like
if
April 1st to November 1st.
If this show is degrading to giving out solstice and equinox times, I quit. All right, dude? Seriously. I mean, you have to have a line.
I'm just pointing out that summer officially arrives. There's a discrepancy because I saw that summer arrives tonight at 10:41 p.m. and then I saw something else that said that summer arrives at 10:42 p.m.
Next.
I'm a nerd. Dude, are you
He
losing
is
it?
a nerd.
Just,
Oh my
stop.
gosh.
Go
Plus,
move on, something else.
You know what? Oh, is Michelle live criticizing me?
I'm live critiquing. This finite segment sucks about solstice. I don't ever need to talk about it again.
You know what jingle goes into rotation in the Q105 library at 10:42 tonight?
Hot hit.
The best music all summer long. Q105.
Yeah, that officially can go into rotation.
Whatever. Okay. Stop trying to make
also,
jokes.
The greatest hits all summer long. Q105.
Dude, what is your problem?
Listen,
I'm doing a custom version here. Here we go. Fester's a bitch.
All summer long. Q105.
MJ's no longer funny all summer long.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah.
Fester's fat.
All summer long.
Oh, no.
Q105.
What?
MJ's a radio nerd his whole life.
All summer long. Q105.
Michelle is absolutely right.
Fester's sweating like a pig.
All summer long.
I got one.
I don't know.
You got one? All right, you ready? And go.
MJ's a jackwagon.
All summer long. Q105.
I mean, honestly.
I refuse to contribute to the awful segment that we're doing right
Yes, exactly. Thank you,
Wait a
Fester.
minute. You're not going to do
Don't
a...
you have a list of like airplane companies to read
You don't
or
have-
pizza
you
places
don't have
in the
a-
city we don't live in?
You don't have a custom jingle?
I refuse to partake in this. This is. Listen. Maybe something funny's coming up next, folks.
What is wrong with you?
Listen, I mean, if we're talking about, you're the one that brought up the realm of critiques anyway.
Right, are you
Yesterday's show, we were
We were funny until we weren't.
We were 3/4 of the show was really funny, and then 1/4 of it was pulling
What are you talking about?
When you gave out the list of top 10 foreign airlines, I was like, oh my god.
Oh come on! I said it was the
airlines nobody's ever heard of. Is ever going to fly. Who
Let's
cares?
see how many airlines I flew
Listen,
on.
it was the 10 best airlines in the world list, and no U.S. airlines are on the list.
Period. Next
All right. Let me see if this moves the needle on Fester's funny meter. We have an update on the lady that freaked out on the Southwest Airlines flight at LaGuardia.
Oh, another airline story. Yes. I love moving my meter on airline stories.
All right, Fester, you were laughing at this lady.
Listen, she was on something.
All right, we have an update. A drunken passenger on a Southwest flight that grabbed a lady's hair, spat in her face, massive meltdown earlier this week. It was a Southwest flight. We know the lady's name and we know what she does. Her name is Leanna Perry. She's a 32-year-old illustrator who has worked for high-end brands like Adidas, Steve Madden, Maybelline.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's working for them anymore.
No, she's the eccentric kind of personality I want.
This outburst is just bizarre. She's sitting in the row in front of this woman that she just unloads on. And there's a woman in the middle seat in the row behind her, and she is just berating her. And if you have not heard the audio, this is so worth playing again to hear this woman.
Stay there.
Don't
Let me
touch
show.
people.
No.
Don't touch her. Don't touch
No,
her.
this
Don't
is
touch
where
her.
her asshole is.
Do not touch her.
Look at her.
Do
Shut
not
the
touch her.
f up. Be first. Don't f***ing touch me. Step back.
I
No,
got it.
no, let go. No, Chill,
No.
Let go. Let go of her hair.
You cannot do that.
Let go, miss. Let go of her hair.
Leave your help.
I'm not. I'm not even touching your hair, bitch.
I mean, this is insanity. I mean, can you imagine being on a Southwest flight when this happens?
You need to let go
We
right
need
now.
those 911.
You need to let go.
911 back.
You need to let go right now.
No.
You heard someone said call 911 from the airplane because they're still sitting at the gate.
Mm-hmm.
They're still sitting at the ramp, at the gate, at the jetway at LaGuardia on the plane.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to sit next to a fat lady. Let go.
Let go of her hair. You need to let go of her hair right now. Let go of her hair.
You guys are already past the point of no return. You're already past the point of no return.
Do you hear the people saying, let go of her hair? She's grabbed onto this other lady's hair in the row in the middle seat right behind her. Yes, Andrew.
What is the protocol? Do the cockpit what call the tower for things like this?
Yeah. It would say we need
send somebody to gate number.
We need the Port Authority police here right now.
Let go of her hair, miss. Y'all see me. You know what's going on.
They're still trying to get her to let go of the lady's hair.
I mean, she's got a whole fist of hair in this video.
She's lucky she didn't just rip a big gouge of hair out.
The best stuff is upcoming here.
Look at this fat lady. Look at this fat ass bitch. She can't even look. You can't even see her stomach.
She's calling the one. She grabs her hair. Now she's calling her fat ass. Can't see her stomach. Listen to this.
It's horrible. Look at her outfit.
Now she's criticizing her clothes. Well, she does work in the fashion world, apparently, with
She
Adidas
knows.
and Steve Madden.
Listen, she should have said, I've worked with Steve Madden, and I know that's bunk.
This fat ass bitch. Hilarious. You can't even show your mouth because you're embarrassed.
Hilarious.
You can't even show your mouth because you're embarrassed. Oh, she had a face mask on.
Yeah, she had a black mask on.
She had a mask on.
You can't even see it because you're embarrassed. Shut the f up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, ugly ass dude. Who's never gonna lay it again.
Oh, so then she starts attacking another guy who's trying to help this woman, saying she's calling him ugly now and saying you're never going to get laid again.
He wasn't a good-looking man. She was right.
Okay, I'm sorry, black guy. My boyfriend's black.
So now she's pointing at black guy. Oh, so you got the ugly guy. Now you've got black guy. That the black guy's the one restraining her in the video, and then now she tries to say, "But it's okay that I called you black guy because my boyfriend's a black guy."
My boyfriend's a black guy. My boyfriend's a black. My boyfriend's black. My boyfriend's a black guy.
It's like she got black eye Tourette's in there. It's like black eye.
In fact, you were talking, but she then spit on her. You heard the. She actually spat on the woman. Holy! All right, and this is the final cut. Holy crap! This is insane. What is going on here?
Shut the up. Shut the up. Shut the up.
Wow!
Shut the
Can you imagine?
Shut the up. Ugly ass bitch. You're so ugly. You never got laid in your life. Your boyfriend's is like 2 inches big.
And then she's talking about. Then she's talking about her boyfriend's unit being 2 inches. What is going on here?
Shut the up.
This lady is out of control. Do you think she's going to be working for Maybelline and Steve Madden? And
Ugly ass bitch. You're so ugly. You never got laid in your life. Your boyfriend's is like 2 inches big. That's embarrassing. I'm so sorry about your boyfriend. That's horrible. That's horrible.
Oh, unbelievable. So I think we figured this out.
Oh, we have.
This was a Southwest flight, and it finally left at like 1 or 2 a.m. So we're thinking that this was a heavily delayed Southwest flight. And they were in the airport for hours, and she must have been getting loaded at the bar at LaGuardia.
Just plastered.
She was just, I would imagine that this was probably an 8 or 9 p.m. flight from LaGuardia that got delayed until close to 2 a.m. And during the delay, she probably had 13 drinks at the bar.
Is there any other way to travel?
I mean, you don't need to be flipping out like that.
Oh, my God. She also did work for Hot Topic.
And Betsy Johnson.
Yeah.
Her whole social media has been scrubbed, by the way. There's no more Instagram up. She had pictures with other, I guess some people that she had worked with, completely scrubbed. And it keeps saying that she's lived a life of luxury. So I'm assuming like maybe, her parents are pretty well-to-do. I don't know.
So she does artwork or illustrating in the fashion world. Like Steve Madden. What does Steve Madden do? What
He coached the Raiders, right? He has that video game, Coach the Raiders.
We stop. That's John Madden. That's John Madden.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I know shoes. I'm guessing clothes, too. I don't know.
Do you have any Steve Madden?
I do not, but Chloe does.
Chloe has some Steve Madden? Anyway, she's cooked.
Oh,
Again.
she's banned from Southwest. They confirmed she is on a no-fly list with them.
I said that yesterday. I'm sure she will never be able to fly Southwest again.
Done.
And that has been confirmed. She'll be going Greyhound from now on. No, she'll move to Spirit and Frontier, and she'll fit right in. No, listen, that's unfair. I'm not a fan of Frontier, but I've had good luck on Spirit, actually. I'm a Spirit convertee, by the way. But that audio is just unbelievable. And again, it's another example of everyone's got a cell phone. Whatever you do, whatever meltdown you're going to have in public, it is going to end up on social media.
Well, she just didn't care.
Well, when you're probably 15 drinks in on a delayed flight, but she must have been absolutely toasted.
Who knows if she took any kind of pills or had any other kind of drugs where the alcohol just amplified it. It does sound like a good time.
Just insanity. Hey, does anyone here subscribe to Feng Shui?
No.
Feng Shui, the Chinese, is it an art of like placement and of like awareness, like situational or, Feng Shui. Like you'll hear, no, the sofa can't go on that wall. It's not Feng Shui. No. You can't put your headboard against that wall in the master bedroom because that's a big Feng Shui.
So the aim of Feng Shui,
yes,
according to AI, is to harmonize individuals with their surrounding environments.
You know what? You're boring me right now, Fester.
You're boring me.
All right.
Ditto.
So,
I don't think this studio is Feng Shui.
Yeah, this studio is crap shui. This is effed up shui is what this studio is.
What are the basic principles of Feng Shui, Fester?
Well, I'm glad you asked. First, you need a lot of feng. And a little bit of shui. And then, in the other room...
How about that, Mr. Feng? Well, the reason why I'm bringing up feng shui
What
is...
say you now, Mr. Fung?
Yeah. I read a story about a feng shui master by the name of Sanhei Shanren.
Oh, he's good.
And Sanhei Shanren is telling you the 4 items you got to keep out of your bedroom. You are effed up feng shui if you have these items in your bathroom. So you got to go.
Bedroom or bathroom?
What'd I say? Bedroom. Yeah, it's bedroom.
You said bedroom, then you said bathroom.
It's bedroom. All right. So you got to get this stuff out of your bedroom because you're going to be all feng shuied in like a dumpster fire. Number 1, fresh flowers. I didn't know this. What? Fresh flowers do not belong in a couple's bedroom, according to the feng shui master.
Okay.
Why not?
Do you keep fresh flowers in your bedroom?
I don't, but I wouldn't think that it would be a problem. Like, why is it a problem?
Yeah, they invite, I'll tell you why, they invite third-party involvement, harming marital bonds.
Okay.
What are you laughing at, Michelle?
I mean, fruit flies maybe, but...
I know.
Yeah.
When you said it invites third-party involvement, that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
It was
I'm just telling, don't
bugs and insects or something.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what the feng shui master is saying.
That's stupid.
This guy sounds like he can go fung himself.
He's all funged up.
He can get the fung out of here.
All right. So do not have fresh flowers in your master bedroom because of that reason. Second, trash baskets should never be placed near the bed because they carry turbid energy.
Okay.
Do you have a trash basket near your bed, Fester? Hadley, do you have a trash basket near your bed?
Mine is just filled with stuffed animals.
Yeah.
She's probably the wrong person to ask.
Guess what? I keep a 87-gallon City of Tampa blue trash bin with the lid right next to my bed. Wait, I wheel it on in from the curb right into my bedroom next to my bed.
I bought one of those brute gray garbage cans with the wheels. They're really handy.
But do you keep it next to your bed?
Yes, and it's full of
full of
baby oil.
Fester, stop.
It's full of baby oil
and lube. That's where it's a P.
You need a
Diddy.
recycle bin.
Yeah. So seriously, he says, do not have a trash basket next to your bed because of turbid energy.
I think the bedroom might be the one room I don't have a trash can in.
That's what I'm thinking.
I have one in the bathroom, you have one in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have a trash receptacle in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Here's the next one. Number 3. We're almost done.
Oh, thank God.
There are 4 feng shui things you
All
don't
right.
want to do in your bedroom.
What?
Listen, Michelle, this is entertaining. And this is interesting.
It's informative.
Yeah, it's like
The more you know.
Will you shut up, Fester? You're criticizing everything. What is your problem?
I'm not.
Tell me, you bring material to the show then.
I did.
He is. All right, next. What's number 3?
All right, number 3 is do not keep medicine or medical records in bedside drawers.
Okay.
No pills, no medical records in your bedside drawers.
I only keep one kind of pill in my bedside drawer.
Yeah, all right, great.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It lasts more than 4 hours.
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what?
You
It's
seek medical attention.
yeah, it's the fact that you need that's a problem. All right, so
That's the thing. I don't.
Whoa. What are you? Then what did
What
you
are
say?
we talking about?
Oh, that's okay.
Sit back here.
Hadley, we don't need to know what we're talking
let
about.
it happen.
All right, and then finally, this is the final feng shui item that you do not want to keep in your bedroom. Metal objects such as scissors or nail clippers should be kept away from your bed.
What if your bed frame is made out of metal or like anything else?
Well, the deal is that feng shui teaches that sharp metal easily pierces your energy shield. So nail clippers or scissors will pierce
Fester?
your energy shield.
Is your energy shield intact?
It's quite pierced.
If Fester comes in contact with a sharp metal object in the bedroom,
Tell you what.
Fester's going to go,
All over the place.
like a balloon.
Like a second fan's turned on.
Anyway, so folks, this is news you can use from a feng shui expert.
Thank you. You know how much money you saved people from actually hiring a feng shui guy just to hear don't keep a trash can and pills in your bedside?
Yeah.
Keep the scissors out?
Yeah, damn right. Absolutely. Now, I don't get this. The state of Florida, the lottery officials are warning people against the lottery scam. Who falls for this stuff? The Florida Lottery put out a presser, and they're warning Florida residents or Florida lottery players about a scam involving fake lottery prizes and the demand for upfront fees. So lottery officials have said that these scam artists are calling players on the phone and telling them you've won a massive lottery prize. And then they say, oh, but you got to pay the taxes up front. Then they ask for personal information. So the Florida Lottery is saying they'll never call players to inform them that they've won a prize on a phone call, a text message, a social media message, direct message. The lottery will never also request money in order for you to go get your prize. From the Florida Lottery Secretary, John F. Davis, these scams are not only deceitful, they're dangerous. We want to remind our players that the Florida Lottery does not charge fees to claim prizes. You should never provide your Social Security number, bank details, or make any form of payment in response to a call or message claiming you've won. First of all, who believes that if you did not go buy a lottery ticket and have the right numbers or scratch off?
Here it is.
How does the scam operate?
Sir, listen, I'm calling from the Florida State Lottery. All Florida State residents have been entered into a lottery. You won.
Oh, get out of here.
Not with you. It doesn't work with you.
It doesn't say that. The story doesn't say that.
But that's how it
doesn't
works.
have their verbiage. The story says they get called and say they won a prize.
You know what?
How did I enter? I didn't enter. You didn't have to buy tickets, sir. Every resident of the state of Florida is entered.
Yeah.
All right, with all of these scam stories that are popping up all over the place, every day there's a new scam. I've got to ask, who are these dumbasses that are breathing the same atmosphere that I am?
People are hopeful, and people,
No, people are dumb.
Okay.
Hopeful, they're dumb. The scams that people fall for, Grandma, I'm up in Canada. I need you to wire $10,000. I'm in a Canadian jail in Manitoba.
Are you mocking scam victims now?
Yeah.
Listen, people get scammed. People fall for all kinds of crazy crap.
The dumbest things. I'm sorry. I don't know. I look at these scams and these stories that are popping up. I'm like, how does somebody fall for this? What was
you make 5,000 calls, you might get 2 or 3 people.
What was one of the scams where like the city manager of a city got scammed and he lost like millions of dollars of city money? What was that? That was like 10 years ago. I'm like, how could you do this? I mean, scams are so freaking obvious. I don't know how. Oh, hey, I'm calling from the Florida Lottery. You just won a major, major prize, but I need your Social Security number. I need your bank information. We got to collect the $19,000 in taxes up front. But you won, $1 million. Who falls for this stuff?
East Point, Georgia. The city of East Point fell victim to an $800,000 phishing scam.
Yeah.
Which resulted into the termination of the city manager at the time.
Maybe that's it.
But people were calling them up and they scammed them. And the thing is, when they're involved in the scam, the victim, they completely believe it.
Yeah.
They're not like, well, I'm getting scammed.
Do you remember a couple of months ago I made a comment that Bojangles was coming back to the Tampa Bay area after an absence? They used to have a Bojangles like on Hillsborough Avenue.
That was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I like Bojangles. I do like Popeyes. I do like Bojangles. And, we're from Virginia Beach. And remember, we had a Bojangles on Northampton Boulevard. I was going to Bojangles back in 10th grade, getting my biscuit, my spicy chicken, and my dirty rice. I love Bojangles. And I said a couple of months ago, I said, hey, Bojangles is coming back. Hey, inside information. And I had a number of people say, hey, where'd you get this? How do you know this? And yesterday, the news came out that Bojangles is going to be opening up the first new restaurant in years in the town. They were here, then they closed a location or two and they pulled out. But Bojangles is coming back. Pinellas Park on 19. So
Okay.
7930 US 19. So again, the MJ Morning Show is right on point with fast food fried chicken information. Look at that.
I mean, listen, I'm all for it, man. Some good chicken and biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. This is unbelievable. This is gross. And people are talking about this. This is quite the discussion on Reddit. A woman goes on a date and tells the guy this has to be a no-touch date.
Oh.
Because she has scabies.
Uh,
Oh, man.
You know what? I mean, thank you. Thank you. I mean, she's looking out.
Oh, my God.
I mean, if you're going to come at me with the scabies as your excuse for a no-touch date, I think I'm going to acknowledge and respect that.
Is it going to be a no date?
A woman goes on a date and then describes how she told her date no touching because she has scabies, and she still ended up sleeping with the date that night.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean,
oh my God. First of all, if you're a guy or a woman, if you're a guy and the woman says, hey, yeah, I'm looking forward to our date, but, you know, we probably shouldn't touch because I have scabies. Or if the guy tells, you know, the woman, hey, I'll meet you at so-and-so and, you know, let's have dinner, but, you know, nothing else because I've got scabies.
how do you get rid of scabies? I mean, can you just shower with like Head and Shoulders or something?
Now, scabies is a...
What is that?
Scabies is a contagious skin infestation, which is caused by little tiny mites
Oh, God, stop.
that burrow into the skin,
Oh, she had to have been smoking hot.
leading to intense itching and pimple-like rash.
So gross.
It's caused by the Sarcoptes scabi mite
Mm-hmm.
and is spread through prolonged close skin-to-skin contact. While scabies can affect anyone, it's more common in crowded environments where close contact is frequent.
Yeah, like doing it.
So why would this guy... Well, that's it.
Yeah.
If she tells the date, hey, no touching, this will be a no-touch date, I have scabies, how horned up is this guy that he's willing to get with her and potentially get her scabies with close skin-to-skin contact?
I mean, that's a hell of a conquest.
Maybe the scabies weren't where he needed to touch her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
God.
they were somewhere else.
They're all over.
They're on her feet.
You got scabies here?
She really is.
Is that...
You got scabies right here?
Is that unbelievable? Hey,
You got scabies here? Yes. Okay. I won't touch.
Won't touch that.
That's off limit. That's off
All right,
limits.
can you show me the scabies-free zones?
Exactly. Gross.
All right, moving along.
We're gonna play a little game called Scabie, No Scabie. Okay. Scabie, no Scabie.
You need a Sharpie to sort of like mark the spots.
Oh, Scabie. Listen,
I'm just thinking of that old Amy Grant song. Remember that?
No.
Scaby, scaby, I'm taken with the notion of loving you with the sweetest of devotion.
Okay.
Scabies, scabies.
Gross. Gross.
What other?
Just the thought of like little
listen,
buggers crawling all
if
over
you.
you.
Can get I'm looking at the treatment. It's an oral medication, so if you listen, it's a matter of getting it on and then me being on pills for 3 days. I'll take it.
Oh, stop.
Oh, that's disgusting. Hey, Fester, I saw a commercial.
Yes,
There's a big RV show this weekend.
there is.
Are you doing it?
Oh yeah, we're there.
Were you there yesterday?
I was there yesterday.
Well, why didn't you tell me this?
It's okay,
Folks, it's a big RV super sale. Is it the fairgrounds?
It is at the fairgrounds. Yes.
So there's a big RV super show. It was the 19th yesterday, the 20th through Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So it's a 4-day RV show. And of course, Fester.
I met a listener there yesterday who has like a heavy Russian accent.
Mm.
And she's like, I know who you are. And I'm like, oh, crap.
we know who you are.
We're lucky you're not like all rolled up in the back of an RV.
I was like, are you working for Putin or something? And she's like, no, I listen to the morning show. And I was like, oh, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening.
All right, so
Just call in sometime.
For those that don't know, Fester's real job is selling RVs. That's his real job. That's where most of the bread comes from, because there's not a lot of money in radio these days. So go buy an RV from Fester. Go buy a $400,000 RV from Fester. And, so go to the RV Super Show this weekend at the fairgrounds. And can you see General RV? Do you have big signage that says General RV?
They have one little sign in the corner. And you're like, what's this? Oh,
all right,
it's a pretty good size show. It's not a big show.
If people go there and ask people for Fester, do the people know?
Don't ask for Fester. Just walk around. Listen.
I'm trying to get you business.
I don't want business to do that. Listen, here's what happens. People come up and like, hey, can I take a picture with you? Are you buying an RV? No. Get the hell out of here.
All right. So,
yeah.
What's the deal with Mason?
Mason's looking, man. Mason's he's in the market. He's hot to trot.
So, Mason, get off your butt and stop kicking tires.
He's not. Listen, he's figuring it out. Plus, you got to get Pat involved.
Mason, it's time to buy.
Mason Dixon, Q105.
Yeah, so legendary Mason Dixon, from Tampa Bay Radio, apparently he's in advanced talks with Fester to buy an RV so he can tour the country, right?
That's the plan, man. But Mason, he's here.
Do I need to call him up right now and tell him just to get off his ass and pull the trigger and buy the RV?
You probably don't. He's on a lookout list. We're looking for something very specific for Mason. But he's getting close.
I'm going to call him right now. I'm going to tell him to buy the freaking RV. Because listen,
do that.
Fester needs the commission.
Don't
all
do
right?
that.
What?
Listen, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Don't do what?
Because we don't have the piece for him. He can't buy.
I'm trying to close the deal.
We don't have the piece for him.
You're the biggest RV dealer in America. How do you not have the piece for him?
It's a specific piece.
What does he want? What does he want? A purple and pink RV?
Yes. He's looking for a purple and pink one.
With a koi pond inside? What the hell does he want?
With an extra bunk bed for JoJo Walker. I hear Andrew laughing. In the background. JoJo's probably kicking himself right now.
You work for the largest RV dealer in America. How do you not have what he wants?
Listen, hold on. He's looking for a specific piece. And when I have it, we will tweet.
Can you tell us what's the piece he wants?
He wants a diesel Super C.
All right, whatever the hell that is.
Right? So?
Right. Hey, Mason, go buy the freaking RV.
Mason Dixon, Q105.
Just settle for something.
No, that's not the right answer.
All right.
That's the wrong answer. Don't settle for something.
Is this like a high price point he's looking at?
They're all different.
How's his credit? How's Mason's credit?
He's in credit recovery. He invested in a bunch of Friday T-shirts back in the day, and he's still sitting on them, and it ruined his credit. Now.
Oh, man. All right. So have you vetted Hadley's segment for today?
I have.
All right.
I have.
All right. So we have a new Hadley segment, right? What do we call it? Is this the same as last time?
We have Hadley's Factual Facts.
Okay. It is. Is it time?
Yes, it is time for Hadley's Factual Facts.
All right.
And possibly a surprise.
Oh.
And possibly a surprise.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick it. It's time for another edition of Hadley's Factual Facts.
Featuring the one, the only, Hadley.
All right, Hadley, Fester's daughter, in studio today. Michelle, what was the surprise you had for me?
I'm wearing it.
Oh, well, in the microphone, Michelle.
I mean, hello. I was wearing it for you.
All right, stand up so people can see it. So, Michelle,
just as a reminder,
we talked about Jaws earlier this morning, and Michelle wore a Jaws T-shirt. Since today,
it's the movie poster.
Yeah. June 20th, 1975, 50 years ago today, was the opening of Jaws. And Michelle is wearing a Jaws original movie poster T-shirt here on the MJ Morning Show. We just had her up on MJ TV, so you could see it. If you're listening on a radio and you didn't see it, go back later on. You can go back and watch MJ TV. All of our shows are archived. They're all, live on YouTube while we're on the air, and then you can go back and look. Hadley, it is time for another edition of Hadley's Fun Facts. What is it called?
Factual facts.
Hadley's Factual Facts. All right, go ahead.
I
What do you
have
have?
my own poster.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, hold this up to the camera.
I made a lot of doodles on it.
You've got your own folder with Hadley's Factual Facts.
Yes, I
All
do.
right, give me a fact.
You're only late if you actually show up.
Okay. All right.
That's true.
There we go.
A military salute is a state-approved gang sign.
That's good.
I mean, how come the Army doesn't use like West Coast? Or
It's like a salute,
It's a gang sign.
All right.
The state approves it.
All right, next.
The two most popular flavors of ice cream are both beans.
Well, vanilla bean.
Right, and where does chocolate come from?
Chocolate comes from,
The chocolate bean, yes.
Well,
yes.
it's
You
not.
have to think for that one,
We
Hadley.
didn't say they were entertaining or funny. We
No.
just said they're facts.
They're facts.
Cacao, whatever it is. All right. Next.
Your belly button is your old mouth.
Oh.
Oh, my God. Oh, think about that for a minute.
Oh.
Your belly button is your old mouth.
I do kind of like it.
Fun.
Oh, man.
Every phone is foldable at least once.
Every phone is
Foldable at least once.
foldable at least once. Okay,
Yep.
got it. All right, true. Next.
If a serial killer is chasing you, then you are both running for your life. Stabby stab.
If a what? I don't understand that
If
one.
a serial killer is
Yeah.
chasing you, you're both running for your life.
Yeah, he wants your life to kill you, or she wants to kill you,
Yeah.
and then you're running to be not killed.
Yeah.
So you're both running for your life.
Yeah.
Just different things to do with it.
Okay, all right, next.
Saying someone is full of life after they die is stating the obvious.
What?
Saying someone was full of life.
Yeah,
Saying someone was full of life after they die is kind of stating the obvious.
What? I got you.
Because
Yeah,
now they're,
I got
now
Past
they're
tense.
dead.
So that's like a eulogy line. And Fred was full of life. The
Yeah.
operative word being was.
No dip, Sherlock.
All right.
What am I getting berated by your kid now?
Yes.
I love it.
All right.
Go, Hadley.
Is that it?
If you are what you eat, then have you ever heard the saying "you are what you eat"?
Yes, we've heard. Yeah, you are what
So-
you eat.
If you are what you eat, then only cannibals are humans. Think about it.
I got it. Are we almost done with Hadley's factual facts?
No.
No, you have to suffer for this through this for at least 30 more minutes.
No, no, not a chance. Right.
If it's impossible to accuse someone of being judgmental without being judgmental. I'm sorry.
That is true.
I think we're hitting diminishing returns now.
Hold
No,
on.
no,
All right.
no, no.
We might be.
All right. All right.
Silly putty implies the existence of serious putty.
Correct.
All right.
Big brain knowledge.
Big brain knowledge.
I think, is that it?
No. Surgery could be described as stabbing someone to life.
Oh.
Surgery described as stabbing someone to life. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no, that's not all.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
All pharmacists are just educated drug dealers.
Pharmacists are just educated drug.
A driver's license can help you buy something that can impair your driving.
Oh.
That's true.
Because a platypus can both lay eggs and produce milk, it is one of the few animals that can make its own custard.
Hadley.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Thank you.
Also-
It is Hadley's Factual Facts once again on the MJ Morning Show.
All dogs
All right.
are either a bitch or a son of a bitch.
All right. Well, it's done. It's over.
Hadley, is your mom going to be mad that that you were saying a naughty word.
Womp womp.
All right, listen, MJ.
Yes.
Listen.
In all seriousness.
What? Yeah.
All seriousness.
All right, get the surprise, Hadley. Go.
She does have a surprise.
Now there's a surprise?
I have recently been taking up a hobby, which is origami. So, Mr. MJ, I have some samples.
Okay.
Listen, she's very proud of herself,
right.
and she wanted to show you.
Okay, so this isn't the best one I've made, but I made a big star.
Oh my God.
Because I am a star.
Oh, look at this. I've got
Cowboy hat.
I've got a giant. I'm holding this up to MJ TV.
I got a cowboy hat.
So I've got a giant origami star. Hold on. Put Michelle's camera on. Michelle is wearing the origami. Hey, Hadley, don't take this the wrong way, but these things are filled with staples. I don't think.
I don't have glue, okay?
I don't think the Japanese use staples in their origami.
She's holding it with staple. Well, she's holding it with staples to hold them together. They're like 5 different pieces.
Wow.
Okay, we have a paper boat.
All right, thank you.
Pennywise would be very happy with me. We have a very nice
And
paper.
Fester's giving
we have
me
a
some
paper
crap.
claw.
Yep.
Paper claw.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Rawr.
All right.
And 2 paper stars.
Oh, look at that.
And now for your surprise.
Oh, that wasn't the surprise?
All right, so she wanted to let you know she's into origami, and she's been thinking about you, and she wanted to make something for you.
All right. So I thought she just gave me the star.
Well,
that's not for you to wear.
She's showing you her example.
But wait, there's more.
All right, hurry up, Hadley.
Now Hadley's coming in with a. What the hell is this?
That's for you to wear.
She
My
made.
Pink Pony Club hat.
Hold on.
So her
I love
favorite
that song.
Is the Pink Pony Club.
What the heck? Oh, what?
Oh,
What is, you got to look at MJ TV. What is this?
Ignore the crazy visions of me in LA. I heard that there's a special place where boys and girls can all be queens every single day.
What the hell is happening here?
I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee for Santa Monica. You've been just calling me. Gonna make my mama proud. It's gonna cause a scene. She sees her baby girl. I know she's gonna scream, God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club, oh mama. I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down at West Hollywood.
Yeah, we're getting kicked off YouTube for copyright infringement today.
Oh no!
So
That's too bad.
look.
Hadley, do you know what that song is about?
Strip clubs.
What the hell? How do you know what a strip club is?
I live like 4 blocks away from one.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
what's the name of it?
We do live in Tampa, right?
Do you know the name of it?
Pink Pony Club.
We don't. There is one named the Pink Pony Club in town.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love it, Hadley.
So anyway, she wanted to give you a piece of origami art that you can treasure forever.
Well,
and
thank you.
You'll be required to wear that hat all weekend in the house, by the way.
well, she asked, she goes, "What?"
You know, this might be a good segue here. This might be so from the Pink Pony Club and a little pink hat. And I'm sure Andrew, our Disney adult weirdo producer.
Enthusiast?
Enthusiast. Andrew, are you aware of the Disney Princess Breakfast bill? Have you seen this story?
Yes, I have.
Of course you have. Nothing Disney gets by Andrew. A dad took a family of 5 to Disney Princess Breakfast. This happened at Disney out in California.
Disneyland.
So this was Disneyland. This was not Disney World here in the Orlando area. This was Disneyland in California in Anaheim. And he put up a video. This is breakfast for 5, and the check was almost $1,000. How the hell does that happen?
Where was it? Was it in the castle? Like
it was Disney Princess Breakfast Adventures.
So if you're going to a character breakfast, Right? You're not just getting, eggs and a waffle on a plate.
It sounds like Disney princess breakfast mugging. is what it sounds like. I mean, $1,000. What were we gonna say, Fester?
No, if you're going to Disney and you're getting a character interactive experience,
right,
you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay top dollar for it. This is high season, and I have no issue with this. Did he know the prices before he got into it?
John Tolkien went on social, shared his sticker shock. He got a $937.65 bill at Disney Princess Breakfast Adventures.
It's $142 a person.
What?
Before tax.
What are you getting for $100 for breakfast? You've got maybe you got 39 cents worth of French toast. You got a 50-cent pancake. You got $2 in eggs, and it's $140-something a person.
It's not that. You're paying for the experience of having Princess. Name it Cinderella. I don't know.
Name it. We don't know. We're past that stage, right, Fester?
I mean, you see, when the Little Mermaid princess comes to your table, and you get to, your kids get to be super excited, and it's an experience.
And we did this.
We didn't pay $1,000.
No, we went to the princess dinner. And remember, they came around, and I think it was, which one has the little mice? Cinderella?
Yeah.
Or Cinderella? Cinderella has the mice. And remember, the characters came over to the table, and Chloe was terrified and
she started crying.
She started crying and was trying to get out of the way of them.
I'm paying this extra money for a princess dinner, and Chloe was screaming and scared and terrified.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. I'm paying for a screaming kid nightmare.
Yeah. She did not want
That's what I want to shell out my money on. Go ahead, Julie.
I'm going to Universal in about a week and a half, and Dad last night said, "You're not buying any food," and he said, "You're going to end up keistering a Quaker Oats breakfast bar."
I didn't say that.
Yeah. I mean,
I did not say that.
He was like, "You're not buying food there."
Is your goal just to say keister on the show?
Maybe.
Is that it? Just to work in keister somehow?
Points.
But MJ, listen, you're going to Disney, it's probably $200 a head by the time of the taxes and gratuity.
The guest said that the meal was for 2 kids and 3 adults, with the total including a $150 tip, just over 20% of the original amount. Princess breakfast at Disneyland with my kids. I almost spit out my coffee.
How does he not know the price?
Yeah, he knows. Disney makes no secret about the price of anything.
Somebody wrote in the comment section on his video, please tell me you have 35 kids. That it was $1,000 for 35 kids. 5 people.
This is insane.
$1,000.
Do you want to hear
This
some
is
of the
somebody
items?
trying to get views.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to hear some of the items?
Sure. You mean the items that you get on the breakfast?
Yeah, the breakfast menu items.
This is the menu. Go ahead.
Chef Louis' mini lobster roll.
Oh, yum.
Chef Louis' mini lobster for breakfast?
Tiana's famous beignets.
Okay.
Princess Jasmine's banana wrap. And Pocahontas, Amaze, M-A-I-Z-E.
Oh, Maze.
Amazing cornbread.
Oh.
I'm sure it's fantastic.
And the kids can choose from chicken and Mickey waffles.
Tell you what, I can go get a box of Jiffy cornbread mix for 88 cents at Walmart's at Walmart at an end cap.
Yeah, but you can't have Princess Jasmine brush her boob against you. I mean,
Listen,
you're paying for something here.
I've seen plenty of folks walking around Walmart that think they're princesses. All right, I've seen nails that are like 6 inches long. I've seen all kinds of bedazzling and glitter and all kinds of crap. Every time I go to Walmart, I see some kind of princess.
You get what you pay for, man. Okay,
Yeah.
if that's the kind
That one's free.
Yeah, if you want
This one is $142 a person.
That's
if you
a
want
lot.
that kind of a princess show, then you have it.
Is the food any good? I mean, the menu items sound decent, but do they actually deliver with good food?
Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we were always satisfied with the quality of the food. I feel like Disney.
There are places where I would say I'd never go back there again at Disney, but there are places where, the food is quality, it's good, it's delicious.
We used to always go to what's that place right before you leave? Crystal Palace or something with Winnie the Pooh.
The buffet there, yes, Crystal Palace.
The buffet is good.
Yeah, and it's not $1 billion
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
But you get what you pay for.
Oh,
You
that's
get-
right down from like Casey's hot dog stand.
right.
Almost right next door.
right next door. Right
Which is
nearby.
also another
Yeah.
great place we would always go.
Gotcha. Hey, guess what we did yesterday? I got dragged to a movie.
Oh.
I got dragged to a 250 movie, which really is a 320 movie after all the crap runs. And you know what? They insist. I mean, my family, Michelle in particular, drives me crazy. If you know that there are a half hour of previews and commercials, and then we have the story that AMC is going to be adding even more commercials.
I'll be going even earlier now.
To the pre-roll starting July 1. What does AMC stand for? Always more commercials.
No.
So they dragged me to see 28 Years Later yesterday. And this is after, I don't even remember seeing 28 Days Later back in like 2002. When did that come out?
2004, I thought we said.
2004?
Yeah.
So they bought me a ticket, and they said, you're coming with us. So they dragged me to AMC West Shore for a 2:50 showing of 28 Years Later.
And?
It was good.
See?
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, it was great. And then the surprise. Should I say anything? What?
Box office is already $82.8 million.
Get out of
on
here.
an $8 million budget. Oh, no, that's the old one.
That's
Never mind.
Michelle, that's the one from 2004.
I know.
Yeah,
It won't do $82 million all weekend.
Yeah,
it will. It will. I think it will.
Yesterday, Thursday, was a soft opening, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do 82. Anyway, I'm sure it's going to do well. But I'll tell you right now, it was good. And the kid actor's phenomenal. Little Scottish brat. Kid was great.
He was very good.
Kid is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then, can I talk about the surprise at the end?
No, don't give it. No.
But can I even? I can say there's a surprise. I'm not like ruining anything by saying that there's a surprise at the end.
You can only say there's a surprise. That's
Yeah, you've already said it.
Right,
That's it. It's done.
All right, there's a surprise at the end that it's like a twist that you just don't see coming.
Yeah.
At the end of 28 Years Later, surprise ending.
Yeah.
And didn't you tell me that they're setting this thing up for like two or three more sequels?
I think it's supposed to be a trilogy.
What is it going to be? So we had 28 Days Later.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have 28 Years Later.
Well, we had 28 Weeks Later.
What is it going to be?
That was sort of a standalone.
That was 28 weeks. Are we going to have like 28 centuries later now? 2,800 years into the future. What's the next one? 28 years and 28 minutes later. That'll be the next one. So but can I recommend the movie? Yes.
I think it was good. Although didn't you notice? I think you did in the middle of the movie, like not even the middle. It was maybe 20 or 30 minutes in.
I was just about to bring this up. A couple walked out. We're 20 minutes. That always fascinates me. Walkouts. Movie walker-outers. So we're 20 minutes into the movie.
Which meanwhile, keep in mind, they've watched the 20 to 30 minutes of previews and, AMC.
Right, all the commercials
before.
and Nicole Kidman looking
Yes.
all sexy up on the screen.
Right.
Have you never walked
Making
out of a
love
movie?
to me with her eyes.
Have you never walked out of a movie?
No.
No, I don't think I ever have. I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie.
Oh, no, you did.
What?
I mean, you walked out, but then you came back because you left me in the movie. It was Father of the Bride in New York. You walked out. You said it was so bad. I didn't know that. You said, I'm going to the bathroom. And you came back like an hour later.
I think I went to get Chinese food in Chinatown.
You did.
I did.
And then you came back, and I was like, you were gone a long time. You're like, yes, movie sucks.
We were at the Regency just south of Union Square. Regency just south of Union Square. I took the train down to Chinatown. I got some Chinese food, and I came back and got her. Oh, God, that movie was awful. So I guess I have walked out of one. But seriously, a couple... I think there was some of the zombie and the gory scenes.
I guess.
I don't know whether the date, were they on like a 3 p.m. date on a Thursday afternoon?
I don't.
And what did you say, hon? We got to go. They walk out. And do you think they just walked out of the theater? You think they asked for their money back?
But then, conversely, we had that group of 4 ladies sitting down in front of us who totally laughed at like every comedic
I think
break.
it was three.
It was
three
like
ladies
3 ladies
one
and
guy.
one guy.
Yeah.
Oh, they were having a good time.
Oh God,
they were commenting and shouting out answers as if they'd seen it before.
But they were all getting up and leaving at one point.
Yeah,
and
so
coming back
there were not a lot of people in theater. This was 3 o'clock at AMC West Shore, and like 3 rows in front of us, over to the left, there were like 3 ladies and a guy. And they had party hats on. I'm like, they had some kind of party hat on. And then one of them had the biggest bucket of popcorn available.
Right.
and drops it, and you hear it goes all over the floor. And they were all getting up during the whole movie, going back to the snack bar for drinks and popcorn and candy. They must have spent $400 on snack bar crap. And then, I mean, they're like yelling at the screen a couple of times. Like, for instance, one of the characters finds a Frisbee. The father found a Frisbee in a store or whatever on the mainland, and he holds up the Frisbee, and then one of the ladies yells, "Frisbee!" I'm like, what are you?
Because the little boy doesn't know what it is because he's never seen it before.
Oh, yeah,
the dad's like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Frisbee!" From the audience. We're like, okay, you're a little too involved in the movie.
Anyway.
But you know what? One of those ladies did have a beautiful Hello Kitty quilted dome handbag.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You noticed that?
Oh, yeah. I saw her walking by with it. I was like, I got to give me one of those.
Oh, man.
So the person that walked out because the theater wasn't too busy, is it possible they didn't even have a ticket? And they just kind of grifted in?
Oh, from
And
another...
let's say my movie doesn't start till 4.
Oh.
Right? So
you know what?
They're early. All right, we're done with this.
Let's go check out. So they could have gotten there early for their movie, or they just... Because that's the thing that some people do that, is you buy one movie...
Yeah.
And then you stay there all day and you grift from theater. That's like a Fester thing, isn't it?
It is. But the thing is, it's gotten a lot harder to do that, like on a Saturday or a Friday.
Yeah, because they're all sold out.
A Tuesday or yesterday was Thursday at 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Probably prime time for seeing 2 or 3 movies. Or not.
It is 8:53. So can I recommend 28 Years Later? I can. I mean, the cinematography was very good.
Primarily shot on all iPhones, by the way.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the movie, the majority of it is mostly on iPhone.
What?
Yeah,
You just said it twice.
An iPhone, it's shot on iPhone, but with the exception of millions of dollars of lighting equipment, set design, lenses that they're using on the camera. on the
really?
phones. Yeah.
Anyway, I recommend it. 8:53 at the MJ Morning Show. This brings to a close over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. We got to talk about AirPods. Anywhere, anytime. What is going on with AirPods? What is this like acceptance, this like normalization? AirPods. Get to that coming up in just a bit. Oh, also, speaking of our technology, the text message. Should you do this when you get a text message? This is important. You're going to want to hear this. And that's just a minor tease of what's coming up. Hollywood Jug. I got a lot of stuff coming up, and it's a Friday, so I got to get all the good material on the table before the weekend. 8:54 MJ Morning Show back in just a minute. You know what's a must? If you need a new roof or if you need a roof repair, this is an absolute must. You must include a phone call to Westfall Roofing with your roof investigation as you talk to various roofing companies. I want you to check out the roofing company. In fact, I was watching, I think, Better Call Bankin' last night, and she had a whole story about some roofing company that was ripping people off. See, it is a dangerous world out there, folks, and you got to make sure you know who you're dealing with. Westfall Roofing has been around since 1989. Putting roofs and repairing roofs just like yours. If you need a new roof, you call Westfall. If you need a roof repair, you call Westfall. Westfall has been vetted by me. They do the roofing work at my house. That's all you need to know. Any roofing issue, westfallroofing.com, and tell them that MJ sent you. Hey, thanks, by the way. Getting great response from people. We've only had Miracle Toyota out in Haines City as a client only for a little over a week now. And Miracle Toyota, already I'm getting, comments. I'm getting, emails. I'm getting some direct messages from people in Polk County. MJ, it's great to hear you doing commercials for Miracle. I bought my Toyota at Miracle. We're going to buy my next Toyota at Miracle. If you're in Polk County, Lakeland, Haines City, you're in, Winter Haven, you've got a great Toyota store right on 27 in Haines City, and it's Miracle Toyota. Every day's a miracle. Miracle Toyota. They're going to treat you well. And bottom line, If you want to really get serious about hurricane preparedness, you need a generator. If you test drive a vehicle, you'll be entered to win a generator. If you buy any Toyota, they will give you a Honda generator for hurricane season. How about that? Miracle Toyota. If you're looking at a Toyota truck, a car, whatever pre-owned, go to Miracle Toyota, 27 Haines City, and tell them that MJ sent you. And I would highly appreciate Polk County showing some MJ Morning Show love out at Miracle Toyota. 8:57 traffic's on. Let's grab Shriner with the latest MJ Morning Show back in a minute. Question. When did it become acceptable, or when was this normalized, that people wear AirPods everywhere? You know, just walking around, everyone's walking around with AirPods. When did this become, normalized? And I bring this up because I've noticed it, but then I was prompted because the Wall Street Journal had a story couple of days ago how people decided it's okay to wear AirPods anywhere, anytime. I mean, think about it. Do you remember before AirPods?
I mean, there were headphones.
People used to wear like the Bluetooth earpieces, and I remember, I think it was Fester. You said something years ago. This is like 2010.
Okay.
This goes back 15 years ago, the old MJ morning show on the old radio station. So you made a statement to me, I believe, and you said this on the air, that the less important you really are, there's an increase in the number of people wearing those Bluetooth talkie devices. Do you remember saying something to that effect?
Yeah, those they were like little sticks that came out of your ear.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember those now. And they were like for hands-free calling, and they were the latest thing. And none of the bosses or none of the important people, I've never seen a mover and a shaker, a really important guy wearing one. But like, you know, the salesperson just starting out or the promotions team.
Fester said that the less important that you actually were, the more the likelihood that you had that Bluetooth earphone talkie device, back from like 2008, 2000. Either did I.
I never owned
I never had that damn thing.
I need to make a phone call. I'll pick it up. Since then, I do have a pair now of wireless earbuds, right? The white ones. And I've used them for phone calls before, you know, like maybe when I'm eating with both hands or something.
Do you know who Dan Weasel is?
Oh, yeah, Dan Weasel.
It might be Weisel, but it's funnier to say Weasel.
Yeah, let's go with Weasel.
So Dan Weasel, or it's Weisel. Weasel. So let's just call him Weasel. Dr. Weasel to you, because he's actually a family practitioner. Dr. Dan Weasel, a medical doctor, has noticed more patients walking into examinations with their AirPods in and not taking them out. Like, are they listening to something else while the doctor is examining? I mean, you got music going on. You streaming some MJ morning show. What are you doing?
I mean, my wife has gone to dental procedures, and she's had her earbuds in because they're going to be there for a minute. And,
listen, if you're in the chair and you're getting your teeth cleaned, or a lot of times they'll give you headphones to put on in some procedures to chill you out, mellow you out. But
I'd say Allison is doing it appropriately.
Yeah. But Dr. Weasel says that his initial reaction is rude because it seems like you're not giving me full attention. But look around. The number of people that are wearing these AirPods, what's going on? It's like they've become standardized, normalized.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. However, are some AirPods used as hearing aids?
They have those features on them.
So is there a hearing aid
assist.
program or so through an app through the AirPod app you can
not even an app, it's just like integrated into the OS.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's just there. And so basically you can leave an AirPod in a room, and this used to be like a big thing.
Oh, like a bug?
Basically, you can leave an AirPod in one of the room you want to spy on, and then put the other one in your ear, and then turn on Live Listen, and then Live Listen essentially takes audio from both rooms and amplifies it.
So you're in a room and you excuse yourself and you leave your AirPod and you want to hear what they're saying about you after you leave?
Yep.
Oh man, he is such a turd. God, he's
yeah.
But personally, I honestly just leave my AirPods in all the time because I don't want to be bothered. I don't even listen. Like, I don't have to be listening to anything. I just put them in, and I even have like the transparency mode. So when I'm like walking around and I don't want to be bothered, I just keep them in and people don't talk to me.
Yeah, that's the international symbol of don't talk to me. I'm doing something else.
I don't see you in the house with these on.
Well, it's because it's you guys.
But if he's walking down the street in the city or something,
so
if I'm in the dorm.
So if you're up at school in New York and you're walking around Manhattan, your AirPods are in all the time?
Yeah, pretty much in all the time.
But what does that do for your situational awareness?
Nothing. There's a noise canceling, and then there's a transparency where basically it's like I have nothing in it at all.
Because you need to hear, what have I always told you about?
Trying to get shanked.
What have I always told you about New York City?
Head on a swivel.
Exactly. Look at that. The kid is regurgitating it right back. It's situational awareness, and head on a swivel.
I mean, every other day I get, in my NYU email about how there's an incident report, attempted robbery or assault, and like kids just get, the craziest stuff happen to them. I mean, I had a kid in film this year who walked out of the building late at night from Tisch.
Oh yeah,
and he got brought over. Like 3 guys approached him and they took him to the ATM at the McDonald's across the street, and they made him withdraw like $800 right then and there, and then they took him to another ATM, and then he was able to take out more money.
Like at knife point or gun point?
Like both, I think.
So why wouldn't he scream or, run behind the counter at McDonald's and grab a basket full of hot fries and fling frickin' oil on their faces?
Yeah, maybe the guy wasn't looking for that kind of fight.
So that's
Maybe
what I
just
would do.
Give him some money and go away. And
Yeah.
then you get shot.
Did they ever catch the thugs that robbed them?
No, but then it happened to his friend like 3.5 days later.
What?
Apparently, yep.
3.5 days.
All right, so what are you doing to make sure this doesn't happen to you?
Oh,
do you still have that Sharpie?
No, I lost the Sharpie.
Oh, Mike, how did
I left the Sharpie in, I dropped it somewhere in Tisch classroom.
Oh my God.
So somebody thought they
Can
had,
you still get it?
No. Oh,
You
okay.
can
So
buy
here's the
one.
thing: is yes, it's called.
No. You don't know about the Sharpie shank.
I know what it is. You said it before.
Yeah, Fester knows.
Julian had the Sharpie shank.
It looks like a Sharpie
It
pen.
looks like a regular Sharpie, but the felt tip is not.
It
is
like
a
it's
carbon
like an epoxy.
It's like a carbon fiber.
Like epoxy tip that's just solid and will go. You can shiv somebody.
Look, it's called a tactical Sharpie.
Yeah, I got it. I got it from RF Tactical.
Hold on, it's still available.
But no, it's available, but they no longer make it where it's labeled with the product that they're making it after.
Really?
So it looks like a Sharpie, but it doesn't say Sharpie anymore. Or it looks like the Milwaukee highlighter pens.
Oh
But it's
man, because
not
yours
Milwaukee
was
anymore.
actually branded
Labeled
Sharpie.
the Sharpie. Yep.
And this thing's like a deadly weapon. This is the sharpest damn, like a carbon fiber or some kind of a shiv tip. It was.
Dude, I'm looking at this tactical Sharpie
Yeah.
from this company named G10. They
Yeah.
sell it for 20,
the G10 insert one.
$25.
Right.
Is that what it is? It's an insert, so you have to make it out of your own Sharpie?
No, that's just what they call it. But it's G10.
It's a tactical Sharpie, man.
You want to buy some right now, Julian? The $22.50.
Maybe I'll buy a whole pallet.
Black, blue, red, orange is sold out. Purple, yellow, green, light pink is sold
Listen,
out.
you buy
hot pink
black. Black is the most common Sharpie color.
And you just keep it in your back pocket. I mean, they make ones that are like metal too.
But they don't say Sharpie. But look at the picture on Tactical Sharpie. No, they have Sharpie on theirs. Maybe this brand, maybe this one still sells the Sharpie ones.
There's a chance they could be, but from what I know is that people who did buy them and then they wanted more, they ended up not being able to get the same.
You want
exact
one?
ones.
I mean, I could buy it off his website.
I might buy one this afternoon.
So here's the deal. If you're you're not carrying a knife or a gun, is this considered a concealed weapon?
Yes.
Does this fall under a concealed
I would
weapon?
say yes.
In a
whatever.
court of law, I mean, it's a handheld self-device.
If someone's giving you crap, if somebody is threatening you, you reach into your pocket and you whip out your Sharpie, the bad guy thinks that you're about to maybe make a note or do a poster or give him an autograph. No, you've got a tactical, blunt, not blunt, but a sharp object.
You'll punch
that
your skin.
I mean, this thing, you can really, this will go right through somebody, the tactical Sharpie. Anyway, how did we get off on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Texting. It's okay to not have to reply to a text immediately. Anyone in the room, Michelle, Fester, I've learned this actually over the last couple of years.
No. You don't know it. You think
No.
you have to
People
reply
text us.
automatically?
No, that's-
And I'm like, dude, stop.
No, it depends, Michelle.
No.
There are some things that require immediate answers.
Nothing.
And I need to respond right away. But there are many texts that you get that you do not need to reply right away.
Fester, if you need an answer from me right away, do you text me or do you call me?
I mean, calls are always more immediate.
Yeah.
But then the ratio of calls I pick up, I'll go days and not pick up a call From and I mean, unless it's like my wife or one of you guys,
right?
I'm not picking up a call. Bad important people call me. Voicemail.
I have learned there are some texts I need to respond to right away, but there are plenty of texts that can breathe a bit, that they can just wait a little bit. But we have this compulsion. We have this technology compulsion, and it's sort of the world we're in with electronic immediacy, that you get the vibration or you get the little ding or whatever noise you use for your text, and we get a text and there's a compulsion to have to respond immediately, but you don't have to. And many are suggesting that you just take a breath, that we're all just like on the edge, and we become too technified. We're all technoed out, and you can just wait and think about it. If it's immediate, text right away, but you don't have to respond to someone right away. And also, what message does that send? If you respond to a text right away, does that mean that you've got nothing going on? That you have zero going on in your life, that you're not busy doing something else?
No, I mean, listen, my phone's sitting right here, right next to me. If it beeps right now, I can see it.
Fester, people are texting you all morning long.
Everybody. I mean,
how many texts have you gotten already during the show from 6 until right now 9:13?
Before or after the Hadley segment? Because I got about 90 Hadley texts.
All good. All good.
I mean, today, 10, 20, I mean, maybe 70 texts, maybe 80 this morning from different people. But MJ, average person, you're sitting at home, you're watching TV. Where's your phone? It's on the arm of the chair, or it's on the couch, or it's in your pocket. So it's not like you're walking 3 rooms over to get your phone.
That's another thing. We're tethered to these devices. And listen, I'm guilty as the next.
You're the worst.
I'm not a hypocrite. I am absolutely guilty. We are tethered to these phones like like they're surgically implanted up our butts. All right. And I think it's a net negative. It is absolutely a net negative. Our screen time, our scrolling, getting sucked into crap on our phones, especially social media. I've said this before. I do plenty of social media on my Instagram. Instagram is my primary. Some of my crap gets posted automatically to my Facebook. And I've got like 2 different Facebooks, and I can't figure out why. I've got one with me in a scuba picture, and the other one is your old guinea pig.
Oh, Marshmallow.
Yeah, and I don't know why I have 2 separate Facebooks. Anyway, screw all that. Just follow my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and enjoy it while you can, because when I'm done with radio, I am scrubbing my social media. I'm telling you right now that my Instagram is it's a good companion to this show, because I'm posting stuff after the show. I'm posting stuff at night, weekends, and people, by and large, like my Instagram feed. My followers, keep going up. But when I'm done with radio, when I'm done with this show, I am scrubbing my Facebook. I'm scrubbing my Instagram. I'm scrubbing everything.
Oh, no. Where am I going to get all of my great scuba videos and pizza recommendations?
Shut up. Shut up. So if you don't follow me, you should while you can, because this whole shebang here has a shelf life.
So you want people to follow you just to get scrubbed potentially in 6 months? I mean,
or a year or 2.
Okay.
I mean, who knows? Hey, my contract's up at the end of the year. My contract is done on December 31st. So if you don't follow me, give me a follow. And Julian, when is the Catchio video going up?
We can do it either today, like tonight, or tomorrow.
All right. So I've got this is going to be a big week.
Or Monday.
It's taking you a long ass time. You are slow rolling the old man.
My Cacio e Pepe video of me making the famous Roman dish that most people screw up. And the video is going to be like 1:10. How long is
maybe like
a minute 30?
Maybe under 2. But
Under
it's
2 minutes.
Quick and fast paced.
It is.
I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of things you want to make sure you get right.
All right, so that's coming to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. That's Certified MJ Radio. But bottom line is, you don't have to respond to text right away. Maybe give it a shot. And then I think, Michelle, you said this, very important. And we've seen the lack, especially with like your generation, Julian, the reduction in interpersonal communication skills, meaning freaking phone calls and actually calling somebody and talking to them. A massive black hole of interpersonal talking to somebody communications. And Michelle, I think you said it, that if something is really, really important, that you don't text. If something is really time sensitive, urgent, you call somebody. And if it's really urgent, you keep calling. You ring that sucker off the hook. And you know what? I don't know if Julian's age even knows what off the hook means.
They don't.
Do you know what that means? Ring something off the hook.
I mean,
what
sure.
does that mean? Tell me, Julian's 20 years old. What does ring the phone off the hook
is
mean?
Ringing so much that it's going to fall off the actual hook that it's sitting on.
So the old style phone.
Yes.
The old phone sitting on the cradle.
On the receiver.
Either that or like on the wall style.
Yeah, that's the, you're right. That's the, so you knew that. I'm impressed.
Good.
I'm not fully, like checked out.
No, it's good to hear. A lot of people, more than I ever knew about this celebrity chef, Ann Burrell.
She had a lot of fans.
Yeah. So listen, I know that I live in my own little world, and there's a lot of crap out there that I might be aware of, but don't understand how big it is, or I understand that I have a certain concentric circle of interests, and there are many other things far beyond what I care about or know about. I get that. Understood. But I had no idea how many people listen to this show that were big fans of Ann Burrell. And I mentioned this, that she died, this Food Network star. I mentioned this earlier this week, and I had no idea. The number of comments I got on my Instagram DMs, the number of mostly emails to mj@mjmorningshow.com. I was flooded with Ann Burrell fans. And then a story came out yesterday that she was found near dozens of pills.
Oh.
Did she overdose, or was she depressed? Did
she take her? Was it accidental? Was it deliberate?
Listen, these are all questions. Celebrity chef Ann Burrell's body was found next to dozens of pills inside her Brooklyn home, according to sources that told the New York Post yesterday, as NYPD continues to investigate her demise.
That sucks.
Yeah, Burrell, 55, was found unresponsive in her shower on Tuesday morning after her husband, Stuart Claxton, found her and called 911. So that's new. I didn't see that it was the husband. She was the longtime host of Worst Cooks in America and was one of the Food Network's biggest stars. Yeah, lots of condolences coming from Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray's all busted up.
Well, I think she was just like beloved, right? Like you never heard anything bad about her. Am I right, Fester? Like she was just a nice
and her work
personality.
Community, she's in a creative environment. There's a close bond you get with people. They work together for a long time. They probably knew each other pretty personally. And it sucks to lose a friend like that, especially when something is tragic or unexplained circumstances around it.
Bobby Flay is offering up condolences.
Of course. What else is he going to do?
Gordon Ramsay said, "You donkey!" No, he didn't say that. But a lot of people, more than I ever knew, listening to this show, big fans. Hey, this is nuts. An employee at a big national bank brand, says that a Chucky doll prank has ruined her life and has given her PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
Did it happen at work, or was it one of the customers?
Yeah, no, it happened other employees at a Truist bank. We have Truists around here, right? I think I've seen Truist banks, right?
Yeah.
What was Truist?
Was it Sun?
I don't know.
Bank?
I have no idea. These bank names, man, and at least the bank name changes have kind of slowed down. Remember, back in the early 2000s. All right, so Andrew is telling me that Truist is the merger of BB&T and SunTrust. That's where we got Truist.
Okay.
Well, listen to this. A former Truist bank worker said a prank at her ex-employer involving a life-size Chucky doll has left her with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh, no.
And has turned her life into a real-life horror movie.
I mean, a life-size Chucky doll really could scare the crap out of somebody.
Hey, Deborah. Her name's Deborah Jones. Hey, Deborah.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
That's her right there screaming. Come on. Deborah Jones is suing Truist Bank. She wants to have them unload a Brinks truck right in her garage.
I mean, I want to see this doll. I know what Chucky looks like, but I want to see the
life size.
I want to see like a 5'10" Chucky doll.
No, I don't. Well, life size for Chucky would be like Shorty Shane.
Oh, I thought you meant like real person
I don't
size.
know.
I don't know.
Like Shorty Shane, he's what, 3'5", and he's got a whole Chucky setup. Shorty Shane's got a whole Chucky getup.
I see now. So it was still like a big midget.
Deborah Jones is suing Truist Bank for discrimination after her boss allegedly placed the creepy redheaded doll, which comes to life and kills people in the movie Child's Play, in her office chair at a North Carolina branch last year. You're telling me the boss putting a Chucky doll in your chair is giving you post-traumatic stress disorder, and you're suing them? If I were the judge, I would fling this thing out of court like a bad booger up my left nostril.
All right. So this is a 24-inch, so this isn't life size. There's another one that's an animated 3.5-foot Chucky doll.
Well, they sell that at Home Depot for Halloween?
They sell it at Walmart.
Walmart.
It's $3.99, so it's $400.
$399?
It's like robotic. It moves.
Oh,
and
it's got a knife and it goes, ee.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it says,
Heidi ho.
yeah, or,
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end.
come on, this lady's suing Truist Bank. The doll was meant to be a harmless prank during her training, but she says it's no laughing matter in her lawsuit filed in Nash County, North Carolina.
Yeah.
The employee had crippling fear of dolls, plus major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and the autoimmune disorder vitiligo. Man, she's a wreck.
So did it turn her skin light blotchy colors? Isn't that what a vitiligo does?
She's suing over a freaking Chucky doll.
So the Chucky doll caused vitiligo?
In fact, she said that her boss knew about her phobias. Oh, she was afraid of dolls?
You know what? I mean, if you tell somebody you're afraid of dolls and they play a prank on you involving a doll thinking they're going to scare you. I know somebody who's afraid of frogs.
Right.
And if she sees a frog or something that looks like a real life frog, not a stuffed frog,
Yeah.
like a real, she'll get visibly uncomfortable
Yeah.
around it.
There are people that are afraid of clowns.
Yeah.
I get it. But this lady, this Deborah Jones, says that her banking career was ruined because of this. What does she want? Give me $10 million, Truist, and you can go away.
I mean, then she's the butt of jokes.
Well, that's just it.
You know, around the office.
Mhm.
Hey, there's a scaredy doll lady.
So after the doll incident at the bank, she developed PTSD. She took 8 weeks of medical leave, according to the lawsuit. Even when she came back, she left work early 3 times a week for treatment for her autoimmune disease. Oh, she's blaming the Chucky doll for her vitiligo? She says that was triggered by her run-in with Chucky. Get out of here.
Autoimmune diseases are sometimes triggered by stress.
Get out of here.
And anxiety. It's true.
Anyway, she said her condition, which affects the pigmentation of her skin, made her the butt of jokes around the office, and leaving work early landed her on the bad side of management. The company finally fired her in March, claiming that she cannot keep using her anxiety and emotional problems as an excuse for her bad performance. Yeah, she's suing Truist Bank for emotional distress and discrimination under the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Yeah, I'm looking at a chart of the causes of vitiligo. First thing it says is stress.
Really?
Yeah.
Heidi ho.
All right, I stand corrected then. But still, this sounds like a load of crap to me, to be honest.
It also says worm
I'm
invasion.
Chucky. Wanna play?
Says what?
It says stress, worm invasion, sunburn, inflammation.
All right. 9:25 at the MJ Morning Show. The final chunk. Oh, this is good. The final chunk. This is where I got to get everything that I really want to get on in. So all good stuff, all killer, no filler. In the final segment on a Friday here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. You don't want to miss this. Plan B Air Conditioning just put in a new AC unit in my house, and I am thrilled. Yeah, my first experience with Daikin, and so far so good. Daikin is the largest air conditioning manufacturer in the world. I mean, used all over the planet. And Daikin, has been making, big moves in the United States. And it's good quality. It's, South Korean. So it's a South Korean brand. And Daikin is number one in air conditioning in the world. And Plan B Air Conditioning just put a Daikin in my house. So I had one of my zones go bad. It wasn't worth fixing, just old, and the parts would have been ridiculous. So I put in a Daikin, and this thing's been just doing a phenomenal job. And you know who else did a phenomenal job putting it in? Plan B Air Conditioning. If you need a new air conditioning unit, they'll beat anyone else by at least $500 at Plan B Air Conditioning. If you need service, that's what most people need. Your air conditioning's not working. It needs to be fixed, needs some parts, needs some TLC from the techs. You call Plan B Air Conditioning. Anything air conditioning related, folks, and you're going to need it at some point. When you do, remember planbairconditioning.com or 813-PLAN-BAC, planbairconditioning.com. Just tell them MJ sent you. So as we approach the end of June, you got to hurry, folks. Zero Res and the 15% off sale is on for a limited time. Get all your carpets clean, however many rooms you need cleaned. 15% off. Get the disgusting stuff out of your air conditioning ducts with professional air duct cleaning from Zero Res. 15% off. Area rugs, upholstery cleaning, grout and tile cleaning, all with their phenomenal processes. The ZR water process, that's patented by the U.S. Patent Office. So they use ZR water. It's an electrolyzed water. They get your carpets cleaner, and they stay cleaner longer because they're not using the heavy soaps, chemical shampoos that leave a residue. That's why the company's called Zero Res, for zero residue. 15% off everything right now. ZeroResTampaBay.com. Go to the website, get the phone number. You can call them up. You got to tell them MJ sent you. So when you get the 15% off deal from Zero Res, tell them the MJ Morning Show sent you. ZeroResTampaBay.com. 928 traffic's on. Here's Shriner. MJ Morning Show back in a minute. Julian just said he likes this bumper music. Julian, listen carefully. Do you know what this is?
I do. I
This
don't.
is way before your time.
But it reminds me of a.
You know what that is?
I do not.
That's the instrumental to NBC, Proud as a Peacock. NBC, Proud as a Peacock. It's like one of their season thematic promos for like, I don't know, 1982 or something.
Like that
Yeah.
bumper music is good.
You like that?
It reminds me of there's some songs called Sounds for the Supermarket. And like there's some like catchy stuff like that, and it just kind of sounds like
All right.
something that I would be on in the back of like a grocery
All
store.
right. Also, I have my old wavy TV Norfolk news music. You like this one too?
Yeah, it's good. I wouldn't say bumper music
Yeah.
wise.
This is too upbeat. The other one I always confuse with the theme to Dallas.
Yeah.
With the big horns in the beginning.
Dude, Dallas was on CBS.
I
That
know.
was
I don't care what network they were on. Just both sound horny.
the final minutes of the MJ Morning Show here on Q105.
Final minutes of the week.
Yeah, did you see that Trump has now extended the TikTok ban for another 90 days? So this is the third extension. Remember, Congress said, and this is Democrats and Republicans, this is bipartisan, they said, hey, and the intelligence community here in the United States, that TikTok is a national security threat because you have a Chinese company which turns all the data over to the communist Chinese government. And if you have TikTok on your phone, you've given the TikTok app and essentially the Chinese Communist government, you've given them full access to your whole phone, email, your photos, all your texts, everything on your phone through TikTok. And the way they can weasel on in, they have access to the point where Democrats and Republicans all said that, hey, TikTok is a national security threat. And this was supposed to be gone months ago. Either, remember the deal? It has to be sold to an American company to reduce the espionage and spy threat, or it was going to be shut off. And remember, was it back in January, TikTok, this was such a mental, psychological warfare play. Remember, they shut it off themselves preemptively for like a day and a half? Sorry, TikTok is unavailable, and people were panicking. But the latest now is that yesterday, the president signed an executive order extending the deadline by another 90 days for TikTok to be sold, or it'll be banned from the country. It has to be sold to a U.S.-controlled entity or be banned from the U.S. And this is now the third extension. All I'm saying, it's a big national security threat. I don't have it on my phone, folks. I've never had TikTok on my phone because I know, like, a lot of the Chinese apps, like Shein and what are the other apps?
Not
Temu.
Temu. Yeah, Temu. Man, I'm telling you, man, you have those apps on your phone, you're just opening up your gates. You're leaving your front door open with a sign that says "Burgle me." So another 3 months of extension for TikTok.
Yes, all the Chinese know that I like twerking videos. So,
Hey, I don't know who this dude is, but I bet you Andrew does. Do you know who Terry Luttrell was? Who's Terry Luttrell?
Lead singer of REO Speedwagon before they really had any hits.
Okay. So I knew he was with REO Speedwagon, but he's not the famous REO Speedwagon lead singer.
No, he just left.
Right. So Terry Luttrell, who was with the band, hey, get ready to bring up all the REO Speedwagon songs, would you please?
But none of them are going to be Terry Luttrell songs.
Right. But that's the point. This is just weird. So Terry Luttrell was the original REO Speedwagon singer before the hits. Do you have a bunch of the songs in there, Andrew? So Terry Luttrell, at the final REO Speedwagon concert ever.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done. So REO Speedwagon, are you putting a bunch of songs on a page for me? All right. So here we go. Here are a bunch of REO Speedwagon songs, and you'll know a bunch of these. Like, what is this one? It's a live version.
Riding the Storm Out?
No, this is
This is Riding the Storm Out.
yeah, right. This is Riding the Storm Out. Yeah. All right. So REO Speedwagon, Riding the Storm Out. Also, that's Time for Me to Fly.
This is my favorite of their
Time
songs.
for Me to Fly. It is a great song. Yeah. Also,
Heard it from a friend who
heard it from a friend. All right. So of course, REO Speedwagon. You know, big REO Speedwagon songs. Yeah, Keep on Loving You.
So many hits.
Right, and then this was a biggie. You know, REO Speedwagon, I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. So Brian Luttrell, he was the lead singer before they had all the big hits. They just did their farewell ever, the last REO Speedwagon concert, and he joined them as the original singer before they really hit it big. He joined them on stage for the farewell concert. After the concert, he's driving home in Champaign, Illinois, falls asleep at the wheel.
Oh, no.
All right, he's alive.
I mean, the son of a bitch should have just stayed away.
He's
Or
alive.
Bought a ticket.
He dozes off on I-57, 30 miles south of where the concert was in Champaign, Illinois.
They're from Champaign, aren't they?
Yeah, that's where they originated.
Yeah.
And wrecks the car, smashes into like a tree off the interstate. Airbag goes off. His sternum is cracked.
Oh.
He's got back pain, neck pain. I mean, can you imagine? He fell asleep at the wheel. Why couldn't he get a car service? You know, you're at an REO Speedwagon concert. You're one of the originals. I mean, they couldn't send a car to get you and take you home.
Nope, I'm good to drive.
He's just after the concert, he's driving home and he drives off the freaking interstate.
Hey, great concert, everybody. It's time for me to drive into a tree.
Well, we wish him the best. Yeah. Oh, you didn't put the search is over on there. That wasn't that was it. No, that was Survivor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I confused my Survivor with REO Speedwagon.
Yeah.
No, you're telling me that Survivor couldn't have done this song, I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore? Of course they could have. All right. Anyway, Terry Luttrell, the original singer, could have killed himself.
So what happened to his life? What does he do?
I
Does
don't
he sell
know.
insurance?
I mean, they made their millions and millions and millions after he left. I'm surprised he didn't slash his wrists.
Serious, did he own like 5% of the band? He's
I
like,
don't
listen,
know.
I'm not going to be here anymore, guys, but you got to give me a check every month.
I don't think he had crap, did
Yeah,
he?
right? I wouldn't come back for the last show.
Well, he did. I guess they invited him.
Well, I got to drive myself.
Time for me to
Don't
drive.
send no fancy car now. It's too late. I'll drive.
After the whole Justin Baldoni lawsuit was dismissed,
Yeah.
you know, his countersuit to Michelle, can you explain?
His countersuit was dismissed.
Right, yeah.
Not with prejudice. He's allowed to come back and refile it. I forget what the date is. I think we're coming up on it now. So,
But listen to this. Listen to this headline. Justin Baldoni gains access to Taylor Swift and Blake Lively's private text messages.
Yeah.
In a legal victory. What does
Yeah.
this mean? So Taylor Swift, she's now been dragged back into the whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni legal spat.
Yeah.
It's the It ends with us feud. That's what it's called, over the movie and that whole shebang.
Basically, he's allowed to request the communications between Lively and Swift concerning the It Ends With Us movie.
Yep. U.S. District Judge Louis Lyman ruled this week that Baldoni can request communications between singer Lively concerning the 2024 domestic violence film, according to documents that Page Six got their hands on. The request for messages with Swift regarding the film and this action are reasonably tailored to discover information that would prove or disprove Lively's harassment and retaliation claims, according to the judge. And apparently some of these communications include text between Tay-Tay.
And they were best friends for a while.
yeah.
They're not
But-
best friends anymore.
Yeah,
No.
but now...
But
now,
here's the thing.
Now Taylor Swift is treating Blake Lively like a walking herpes pustule.
Yeah.
Because Taylor Swift doesn't want any of that stuff all, squirting on her.
Remember, we already know that there is a text where she texted to Baldoni, Lively texted to Baldoni, that she referred to Swift and Reynolds as her dragons and protectors because she had sort of summoned him to her apartment for a meeting, and Ryan and Tay-Tay were there and basically kind of bullied him into making some edit changes.
So here's Taylor. Here's Tay-Tay, Taylor Swift, thinking that she's like absolved, she's done, and now she's sucked back in like a defective pool vacuum.
Yeah.
Like those, you remember those old style pool suctions that, suck someone underwater? That's Taylor. She's sucked under a Motel 6 old pool.
What is this all about anyway again?
Some sexual harassment or employment harassment as well on the set.
During the movie, that whole shebang. All right, what else do we have? Man, we had a busy week on a couple of things I didn't get to. And one of them was Tyler Perry. Medea is accused of sexual harassment and assault, and a $260 million lawsuit has been filed by some actor named Derek Dixon.
So the allegation is Tyler went after Derek?
I guess so. Tyler is he? I don't know his sexuality. Is Tyler Perry straight? Gay? Bi? I don't know. I just don't know. So Tyler Perry this week was smacked with a $260 million sexual harassment lawsuit from Derek Dixon, who is an actor from The Oval and a screenwriter. What the hell is The Oval? Yeah, lawsuit was filed in L.A., alleges the entertainment mogul promised Dixon career advancement during the time of his sustained advances and used his position of power to retaliate when this dude didn't reciprocate. Mr. Perry took his success and power and used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create a coercive, sexually exploitative dynamic with Mr. Dixon.
So The Oval is a TV show that Perry has created on BET.
All right. Initially promising Mr. Dixon a career advancement and creative opportunities, such as producing his pilot. So the allegation here is what? That Tyler Perry made advances on Mr. Dixon and that he rejected and that hurt his career?
There were instances where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing.
Yeah, pulled his pants down.
Groped his buttocks.
Whoa. That's the allegation.
And attempted to force himself on Dixon.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. I don't know.
Medea wants to show you some love.
Well, there's also that and just like some pretty heinous texts, between the two.
Yeah.
But, like,
the texts have been released.
Yeah. You want to share some of the texts or?
Well, I'm just getting to them.
Yeah. You want to maybe do some on-air, live, on-the-fly
Well, we could do a dramatic
editing?
reenactment.
What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy?
Dixon replies, yes.
Another
over.
one.
Guess
I would
what?
hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you.
Guess what?
You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me.
Guess what the next movie is? Medea goes to court.
Yeah.
That's Medea goes to deposition.
Medea goes to Dixon. Dixon versus Medea.
Yeah.
Medea.
Whatever it is. And then R. Kelly.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, I had this in the pile since like midweek.
Yeah, after all this P. Diddy stuff has come out, R.
I
Kelly
know.
kind of seems like a saint.
Well, R. Kelly was rushed to the hospital in like an overdose and allegations of a murder plot in prison. Lawyers for R. Kelly alleging that he overdosed last week on medication given to him by prison staff. Yeah, there's a claim from he and his attorneys that a staff member gave him overdose quantity of medication and that it was an attempt to kill him, like a murder plot to kill Robert Kelly. The I Believe I Can Fly.
Okay, it says that he was given an
Singer.
overdose of his anti-anxiety medication
Yep.
and his sleep medication.
Yep.
Doesn't he kind of know, like,
Yeah, how many pills you should take?
And what
Let's
they look
see.
like.
I normally take one anxiety pill and one sleeping pill. Why are there 17 in this cup?
Oh, I'm just going to take them. I mean, hey, the deputy put them in there. So
I don't understand it.
All right, 9:49 at the MJ Morning Show. You want to call it a day?
Yeah.
All right. Call it a week. It's been exciting. Have I left anything on the table? Is there anything that I missed?
No, we need to go. I need to take out the dishwasher this afternoon.
Will you stop it?
what is it? Did you buy a new dishwasher yet?
No.
We're on it.
Are you doing it by hand? Are you washing all the dishes by hand now?
Hang on. Let me
What
see.
are you, animals?
Hang on, let me see the latest here. I'm in communication with Famous Tate.
We've narrowed it down.
Okay.
We've got a focus going on.
I'm taking it out today, though.
Good.
In preparation, so that when we get it, it's coming right back in.
Yeah, we need a new dish. We've been without a dishwasher for how long?
I have a sledgehammer in the office. You could borrow it.
I'll take it.
Yeah. But
you know, a kitchen remodel this afternoon. That's the weekend's project.
New TV show, Julian Kitchen Remodel, coming soon to HGTV. All right, 9:50 at the MJ Morning Show. Now, I think we're very close to getting a new dishwasher after. Listen, our ASCO lasted for like 20 years. Well, that's a good job from a dishwasher, to be quite honest. But Michelle's all right, Julian.
That was not me.
Oh, that's Hadley. All right, knock it off.
Go Hadley.
All right.
Go Hadley.
So, Michelle, you're dead set on a Bosch, right?
I think so.
All right. So, Michelle wants a Bosch dishwasher.
Bosch up your butt.
Yeah. All right, guys. We stop, please. All right, folks.
It's the Fart World app if anybody wants to know.
All right, we'll see you back here Monday morning. Have a phenomenal weekend. I'm sure I'm going to put stuff on my Instagram. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio. I'm just one new follower. If you listen to the show, or maybe you're just cruising by accidentally and you're on 104.7 FM, all I want is, I'm not being a piggy. All I want is one new follower on my Instagram right now. Just one. One new follower right now. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Folks, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday morning. MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM Q105, and let's be careful out there.
Download the app now. Get the Q105 app and listen to us anywhere. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747...